1.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. We're back with Painkiller Already 169. You know we got to do a sexual theme, don't we?
Oh, God. Of course.
This show is sexually themed enough on average. I don't think we need to spite. What are we gonna do? What are you gonna like?
We are going to be talking about big,
get your grandma in there,
sweaty athletes that like other men later on the show, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we could get into that.
But that's homosexual, not. I mean, that's one part.
Well, sexuality, regardless. Everybody's 10% gay. Everybody. Like I said, I love to see a nice dick in my porn. I love when it's pretty. I love it when it's cut right.
Oh God. You don't like the uncut?
No, I don't like the uncut. I mean, I feel like people that leave their son's penis uncut should be arrested for child abuse because they're scarring that boy for life.
I like this. This is a good topic.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about
sponsors
show.
for a bit. We'll get to that later. You know, I don't mean to like damage the psyches of all the uncuts out there, but I come from a land of cut guys. Yeah, let's go with that. I'd be
upset with my parents right now if they didn't cut my foreskin off. I would.
Yeah, I would as well. Because okay, so and here's the thing about it. So never is someone going to see a circumcised penis and say, "Ooh, that's gross." But occasionally, some people are going to see a non-circumcised penis and they're going to say, "Ooh, that's gross." Also, it's more hygienic. You don't have to worry about keeping it clean down there and maintaining that. And maybe you do lose a little bit of sensation, but I don't think I want that thing to be any more sensitive than it already is.
I hadn't heard the second part of that argument before. It was always like, oh, it's so much more sensitive, so much. But you know what? It's pretty sensitive as it stands. It might be the most sensitive part of me.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's a hair trigger down there, and you're wanting to file a few more microns off? No, thank you.
Plus when you're not hard, it looks like a sausage.
And if I ever had, if it was ever my say, if anyone wanted my input as to whether another human being should be circumcised, I would go with yes. Yes.
Do women prefer it?
Women do prefer it.
I would say so. I would say more prefer it than.
So we're Americans, where people are mostly circumcised, and I think it's fair to say that most American women prefer it. Either prefer it or don't care. That's going to encompass like 90%. And then 10% might say, I'm a circumcised girl.
Thing.
Yeah, that circumcised girl's a slut.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
I think you have it better. But yeah. And we like sluts. We encourage that behavior here on the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember, we talked about Nancy the slut shamer.
Yeah, we don't slut shame. We slut praise. Go girls.
Yeah. But you never see a blowjob porn with an uncut cock. It never happens.
There's hundreds of thousands of PKA listeners out there who would be more than happy to accept the services of your sluttiness if you're a girl and you're watching.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's not enough of you for all of them.
Yeah, low standards too. Low standards on this end.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
They'll take anything.
Are you worried about that birthmark on your calf? Because they're not.
No, not at all.
It anyway.
You still carrying a few extra pounds from the holidays?
That's what we'll aim for.
Yeah.
If your stomach flops back and forth, I can't see it doggy style.
Wingsisms. Yeah, yeah.
You're rocking a muffin top? They loved that Seinfeld
Your
episode.
heart's on the outside, wings don't care. It's going to make it throb anyway.
It's almost as stupid as dog shaming, slut shaming.
Dog shaming? What?
You never seen dog shaming?
Oh, when you just shame a dog for
a dog?
Where you like hold a sign out that says IP on the carpet and stuff.
I find those to be hilarious.
Those are funny.
Right. Yeah, those are some of my favorites.
The dog doesn't know it's being shamed.
No.
Unless it can read.
I saw one of them and it's like I ate all my mom's lipstick and the dog's like covered in lipstick and there's like a second dog there and the second dog has a sign that just says I have a troll beard. My favorite.
No.
I like the dog memes because there's so many cat memes. I don't think dogs get
more
the
dog
attention.
memes. I think dogs are much more expressive than cats. I'm just not a cat person at all. I'll tell you what happened the other day. It got cold, let the cats in, pissed and shit in the floor, then hid somewhere that it took 2 hours to find the cat. And when it came out, it was real dusty and angry.
Yeah.
It took everything I had as I'm like carrying this cat out by the back of its neck not to do something violent.
Yeah, was it Black Cat 1 or Black Cat 2?
I don't know, fucking 1 or 2.
If you cat shame, the cat doesn't give a fuck. He's like, is this almost over yet? If you dog shame, he's all like sad and forlorn. I hope I use that word right. You know, he's really feeling bad about what he just did. Because dogs are better.
Yeah, dogs seem to have more emotion.
Let me tell you something. If you're a cat person and you're a lady, you need to be the slut too.
Yeah, to make up for that cat back
Yeah,
home.
to make up for the cat, you got to be a slut.
Yes.
Unless you're a crazy cat lady, then you're just beyond hope. If you're just one of those crazy cat ladies.
Unless you're a crazy cat lady that goes to the gym 5 times a week and looks fucking smoking hot, then you have to be the slut
forgetting about
still.
the snake ladies, though. Those are completely different.
Well, the snake ladies usually wear like
I have
white
no
makeup.
experience with snake ladies.
Oh, Kyle does.
Yeah.
Kyle does. I almost forgot.
And that one MMA fighter, War Machine, who's got apparently a snake fetish or something with his porn star.
I like that guy. Maybe I wouldn't if I knew him better because it seems like the rest of the world fusses at him, but he entertains me. I like him on my TV.
I like War Machine too. He's holding it down for all the guys with 6-inch dicks and doesn't give a fuck.
There you go. Go War.
Right, but he could also kick the shit out of pretty much anybody. War Machine could. He's
Anybody
also
that's not armed,
He
yeah.
is known as War Machine. Isn't
Right.
that enough?
He doesn't have a name. Nobody knows his real name.
Like
Their
that
name is
guy
War
started
Machine.
walking around and said, "Just call me War Machine, bro," and nobody laughed. They just started doing it.
No, you're,
That's
you're
who
close.
we're talking about.
Here's the thing. He didn't walk around and say, "Start calling me War Machine." He said, "I've had my name legally changed to War Machine."
Is he legally named War Machine?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
No
his
way,
name.
no fucking way.
First name War, last name Machine. Any questions?
That's badass.
Yeah, right? He's awesome.
It's going to be super badass when he's in the fucking retirement home.
Well, just change it
No,
back.
he's not living that long. You think a guy that gets punched in the face for a living is living that long?
Oh, that hits close to home.
Yeah.
Oh, just imagine if, like
that's
Muhammad Ali
it.
was named War Machine.
What? Oh, because Joe doesn't get hit that much, does he?
He's had to have
it's
stuff
feast or
grinded on his
Punches
face to
himself
get
in
like.
the face when he gets mad. I don't think Joe Lozon does that.
No,
War
Joe doesn't
Machine
do
is
that.
contributing to his own chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
Who
thing
is
that he's
this
got
guy?
going
I
on.
should know. I don't know anything about him for some reason. He hits himself.
He got
4chan got
mad
him
at
really
Reddit and he
pissed
like
off.
punched
4chan.
himself until he started bleeding.
It was
Yeah,
4chan. Yeah, 4chan.
I-
They managed to like tease him or something. He posted a picture of himself with like a bruise on his face from when he punched himself. It was like the day 4chan beat up a professional MMA fighter who got a
Do you
professional
know
MMA
how
fighter
hard
beat
it is
himself.
to give yourself a black eye? I
Yes,
don't know.
it's hard.
It's really hard to hit yourself hard.
Should we talk about sponsors and
Yeah.
stuff?
so-
And
Oh yeah, that was a big thing.
Week
last
2
week.
of the NVIDIA sponsorship. Still, Wings is getting nothing. No, even Wings actually.
But you got to
has
do the read, Wings. You got to do the read.
Wings
That's
has
in the
to read it.
contract.
Wings
Yeah,
has
it's in
to
the
read it.
contract.
There was an addendum after
Nothing.
last week. They want you to do the read, but you're still not getting
wait,
it.
you know
We
what?
all signed it.
Where people we're forgetting something, and that's that not everyone is on the PKA subreddit. If you go to
Oh, yeah.
Reddit/PKA, there's a subreddit for people there who are like, especially enthusiastic about the show, and those guys all know what we're talking about, which is so Wings of Redemption. Been a little challenging to work with, looking to reschedule some shows to meet his I like to go to bed at 7 sleep schedule, or I like to go out with my girl, a social calendar or whatever. And we trolled him by pretending that we landed the best contract
Don't
ever.
worry, I have something in the works to get them back.
Watch, he's actually in talks with NVIDIA, and they're going to sponsor him. And
Wings
everything
wanted
else.
No,
hook,
no, it's
line,
something
and
much more painful.
sinker. Oh my gosh.
We had this group text going, and it was so hard to keep. At first, we were like, "Should we tell him? Should we tell him?" And I was like, "Nah, we had to keep this rolling." And he was like, "Well, how did this happen? I don't understand." We were like, "Nah, man, we can't even talk. We're under
Dude,
an NDA."
I still have some of the texts, right? Like it just picks up in the middle of it. I wrote, it was all confusing. We have 4 hosts, but the guys on the show plus Heather make 4. I just wish you were there. And that was my focus all the time. I wish that you had fucking come to work instead of voluntarily skipping the one day a week you have a schedule. Then Kyle wrote, exactly, Wings, that stinks. Anyway, we could talk to Heather about amending the contract contract from Kyle. It was a last-minute take it or leave it kind of deal. Wings,
I was skeptical to begin with.
I just don't see how me being there would matter if they were able to accommodate a fifth person on the show. If they literally only had 4, someone was going to get SOL even if I made the show. Kyle wrote, honestly, I don't think that's how it works, but I'm headed to the range. I'll catch you guys later. From Lefty. Did we maybe want... oh, no, this is off topic.
Yeah,
this goes into this week's stuff. But yeah, we went back and forth, just pretty much telling Wings that he missed the contract because he missed the show, and it lasted for a couple of days, and it was awesome. I saw on the subreddit, somebody was saying, like, oh my gosh, you guys have lost all credibility. You know, I'll never be able to believe you again. And that's where you're wrong, bitches, because
we'll
you
get you again.
it when we killed him. You believed it when we cut him out of the contract, and a couple months from now, we'll get you again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let me say, I was skeptical the entire time.
You were not.
I was skeptical because you know what I thought about the first time I seen this? I thought about your saying. I'm like, people don't subscribe to you for the video you made today. They subscribe to you for your body of work. You know, so they're thinking the advertisement sold against the body of work, not the show we're doing today.
You know, that's probably true, Wings, and I would hope that we're real. I mean, I think we all would fight for you even if you didn't make the show. I think it was just more of
if it was something like that, where it was like, you know, everybody, you know, in case you guys don't remember the details, we alluded that, you know, we were getting a couple $1,000s cash and several $1,000s worth of electronics, and you know that would be a pretty decent deal.
It was great. I happened to have about $4,000 worth of CPUs as I was shipping them off to the WoodyCraft data center, and Wings is like, I don't know, is this real? I shoot him a picture of all the CPUs that are sitting on my desk.
Yeah, and you had that shield thing as well.
Yeah, that was perfect. That sold it.
That was from the NVIDIA Titanfall, not from the Titanfall event. They handed those out in like gift packs. And I had that.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorite sponsors ever.
I convinced myself, like I found myself periodically being convinced that it was real, and then I'm like, shit, it's not.
I know. I was reading the subreddit, and they were like, everybody was like really happy for us, or jealous, or a mixture of envy and elation, or a little bit of everything. And I was kind of buying into it. I was like, yeah, it is kind of cool that I'm not getting that shit. we're just fucking with Wings.
I scored brownie points regardless.
You did, and you know what? Screw you, Wings, because the one time we were counting on you to be jealous and
blow up. We wanted you to blow up and be like, fuck you guys.
Right, and just to make you take a hard look at like really why you missed out on all that. We get good guy Wings. We get awesome, like it's, you know, it happens.
Very
you know
graceful.
What? It was
1 in 10 times Wings will deal with shit like that. Most of the time, complete fucking meltdown.
Well, here's the thing. I don't care about my video card. I'm like, if there was only 3 of them, I would probably give mine to Lefty because he would enjoy it more than me.
I couldn't.
God.
Right,
when he said that.
That's when he said that. He said that, and I was like, I can't.
I read it.
I can't do it anymore. At that point, I was like, I can't keep up with this anymore.
Next time, if we do this shit again, we gotta get like a freaking.
You gotta get F-150s or something.
Yeah. I was gonna aim a little lower with like Bridgestone tires or something like that.
Coopers. No, we all get Coopers.
You got new set of Bridgestones? Yeah, I'd be envious.
I don't know why you said Coopers, Lefty. I don't think you understand his stance on them.
I know, but
there's a reason Cooper got
April
bought out.
Fool's
They
Day,
suck
someone
ass.
should get Wings a new set of tires, except they're Coopers.
Well, I thought that would be a perfect troll if we're like, wait, everybody's getting brand new rubber for their rides, man, free. Oh, sweet. What kind, Cooper? That would be a great troll sponsorship. But yeah, that was.
But if you're gonna buy me some tires, give me the Cooper Xeon LTZ All Terrains. I like 295, 75, 16.
This is Wings for those watching. This is Wings sending this is code word for Heather to like start talking to Bridgestone and all that stuff. This is Wings trying to subtly send a message to Heather to start talking.
Man needs new tires.
My truck needs new tires, son.
My truck needs new tires too.
I want an actual NVIDIA sponsorship now.
Yeah, I mean, my BF Goodriches are expensive as fuck. They're like $1,500 a set right now.
Really?
For what size?
295, 75, 16.
Oh, that's what is that, like a 34-inch 295 by 75?
It's 295, 75, 16. It's 32.6, I think.
That doesn't sound right. I think you have your numbers wrong.
That's what's on my truck. 295, 75, 16. I'll show them to you.
75 hours, 16.
You better
inch
show them to me. Did you say
All
32?
I can think of now is that scene from My Cousin Vinny.
I don't know the exact.
Exactly.
I know it's just under 33 inches. Be a Goodrich. But
Yeah, and a 16-inch rim. Maybe it's because I'm used to a 17-inch rim. But I don't know.
yeah, my truck's got a 16-inch rim on it.
So, wow, so the Tundra's got bigger.
The Tacoma.
bigger...
Yeah, well, it's been well
Or
established.
Tacoma,
I've got the best goddamn truck in North
Well,
America.
let me throw this out there for people that don't know about rim size. The less tire you have, the rougher the ride.
Okay,
So
yeah.
the more rim you have, generally means less tire wall you're going to have. So, but the reason Woody's truck has 17-inch rims versus 16 on mine is because Woody's truck has bigger brakes on it because his is a year newer than mine, and they had a new standard come in that they had to go bigger brakes. Chevrolet in 2003 went to a 17-inch base rim as well because they needed that extra room for a bigger brake pad.
Wings laying it down with first-class truck
Did it come
talk.
in mint green that year?
Mint green, they had emerald green.
This
Emerald
is
Do they have pause traction? It's a limited slip differential.
Posi-track didn't come into effect 2007.
What was the correct ignition timing on a
I
4-barrel
don't know the ignition
carburetor?
timing. That's something I had to pull a book out for.
You know she won an Oscar for that?
Wait,
She should. That was an amazing
I sent you a
performance.
bad link.
Oscar for that though. It was like it was a Joe Pesci comedy. How did that happen?
It was a
more-
great performance.
Wait, we didn't finish the sponsor
Oh.
talk. We were going to talk
Okay,
about...
so we had a second sponsor last week, and let me say this about that because I read some people on the subreddit, they didn't feel like he got his money's worth, but I don't think they know what they're talking about. First of all, the fact that you guys are writing about them on the subreddit proves that they did get their money's worth. Second of all, they were a quarter show sponsor, which doesn't even come with a verbal mention normally. The verbal mention was just kind of a bonus that we were tacking onto it. So you guys need to be quiet about all that because it's none of your business.
Yeah, too much chirping. People, I don't think they
No,
recognize...
hold on a second. When we talk about people talking about it, we're not saying everybody that has talked about this ever.
No,
We're not
just the
saying
ones who
all of the
said things
PK
I don't
subreddit.
like.
Just the ones that are talking about business about which they have no idea. They just don't know, and that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't
if
know
you've never
about-
purchased advertising before, right? If you've never advertised a product, tried to buy a radio show, a magazine ad, a YouTube thing, etc., then you might not understand like the market and how expensive it is, really. I think people mostly just say like how much they'd like to pay for advertising and, leave it out there. Like, oh, yeah, I was telling you guys before the show. Yeah, right, zero. My brother got an ad in the phone book. When this is like a while back when he owned a small electrical company, and the ad was $10,000. And you're like, oh my God, $10,000 for a phone book ad? That's so expensive. It's ridiculous. And think of how many ads are in that phone book, like how much they earn from all those ads if each one is like 10 grand. And this wasn't a grand ad, like a full page or anything. It was like a square inch with color or something like that. On the other hand, and this is like a decade ago, so the internet wasn't really the primary way people found electricians. Imagine being an electrician and not being in the phone book. You're not in business. That's how everybody finds you. A little word of mouth,
Yeah.
but I mean, you got to be in the phone book, and you have to have a reasonable ad. Even today, people still use like paper phone books to find certain things, like electricians and plumbers and maybe attorneys and stuff. So, anyway, he paid $10,000 to get in the phone book. And advertising is a lot more expensive than you might guess it is. If you think to yourself, well, I would only pay $30 for this. Well, then you can't have advertising.
And also, advertising is more than just a single event. Advertising, as an idea, is just it's like a
Investment.
It's right. It's an investment. It's like you're turning a big stone wheel, right? And it's starting from rest, and then you start putting money into it in the form of advertising, and it starts turning slowly and slowly. But to keep it going, you still have to keep going. Coca-Cola,
the same
everybody
thing with
knows
strippers.
Coca-Cola.
What did Kyle say?
Same thing with strippers. Exact same principle. You gotta keep throwing money at
They
it.
start out slow, but then you throw money, and they start going.
Start out fully dressed, and then the clothes come off. The more money you put in.
Yeah, that's how
Bag over
advertising
their head,
works.
and you're at the back of the club.
I'm kind of getting past
Advertising.
just the tiki snee deal, but how it works is like if you're going to buy whatever it is you're going to buy, I don't care if it's a graphics card, a car, which computer you buy, etc. It's not that you see some print ad and be like, oh, you know what? I think I'll get a Honda. And poof, there it is. It's that when you're in the market for it, you're already softened up to this particular thing. There are a lot of people who might see Tiki Snee a month from now and be like, that's that dude from Painkiller Already. I'll check him out. They might be a little more receptive to him because it's not their just, first impression of the guy. Like, they've kind of been softened up to the notion that this is a channel who is of some substance or worth or, notoriety. So, yeah, when you buy an ad, it's not like the only value to that ad are the instant conversions. That's not how advertising works. It's this sort of, over time, big stone wheel turning and gathering momentum.
Right. Didn't Coca-Cola? I remember a story. Coca-Cola. I know the state of Minnesota did it too, where Coca-Cola had a new CEO or somebody in the head of their marketing and said, "I'm going to trim the fat from this company and I'm going to cut the marketing budget by some significant percentage." And then, oh my God, the company's efficient. We're rocking and rolling, making a ton of money. Well, then a couple months later, all of a sudden, boop. They stopped. Their sales all of a sudden just started dropping way down. Same thing with Minnesota. They said, or it was some state in their tourism board. They said everybody knows that this is a great state to go see these things for tourism. So we don't have to outlay money in the budget for the tourism advertising that we do throughout the rest of the country. We don't have to do that anymore. And then tourism essentially stopped. And that's evidence of the idea that it's not just one advertising scheme. You pay a lot of money in advertising, and you keep going. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Honda, Toyota, all these companies
Yankees,
pay a lot of money. Right.
Everybody
they pay a lot of
knows
money to keep going.
The Yankees. Even people who aren't in the Yankees market have heard of the Yankees, the baseball team. Even people who are probably global. I bet there's someone in Australia who knows that the Yankees is a baseball team from New York. Mm-hmm. But they still have to advertise. They still have to pitch the notion like, you should come out. You should see the game. You should see these guys. We're going to be great this year, etc. Yeah, you got to sort of keep that big stone wheel turning. That's how it goes. And yeah, Tiki Snee got more than enough value for his dollar. Because, he was a quarter show sponsor, which usually doesn't even come with an audio mention.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got a 15-minute segment on this next one.
There we go. And I have just a very humble request from people, some people, not all people at the PK subreddit. Just keep in mind that I'm not trying to say you're dumb or anything like that, but when you talk about certain things like advertising and what did people get for their advertising dollar on the show, and when you are so very candid about it, it's very easy to hurt us and to what we do and to kind of degrade our ability to sell advertising on the show. And I don't think anybody is of the mind that we're like shysters or charlatans, that we're just stealing money from people. I think we do good advertising on this show. But I think some people, when they speak from the authority of ignorance, and ignorance is fine, I'm ignorant about a ton of things. When they speak from that authority, it has the tendency to hurt us and to hurt what we're able to do, and limit our bargaining power with potential sponsors in the future. So just keep that in mind when you speak about it openly, and know that other people are watching. And if you love the show so much, I know a lot of you do, you might actually be hurting us, and try to keep that in mind when you're talking about it.
Thanks. New topic?
Sure.
Yeah, I got one.
Go on.
Minnesota car dealership gives free shotgun with purchase of pickup.
America.
I've seen that done many times. Many times. Now,
wait. Tell me more about the shotgun. Do we know?
Let's see. It doesn't say. It doesn't give you the brand of the shotgun. There's a picture of it, and it looks like just a standard 12 gauge.
Yeah, that's not a big. See, what they do is they just partner with a local gun store, and so you buy the truck, and they're like, okay, now go to Bob's Guns and buy your new gun. And they go in and do the right paperwork, and then they leave with a gun for free because it's on the car dealership. And Bowling for Columbine, they tried to make it look like that you could just walk out of the bank with a rifle. It was the exact same situation. You basically got a certificate for a free rifle down at the gun store that you had to go and do the proper paperwork.
I would tell you, a free rifle would get me to change banks.
Would it?
Yeah, if a bank around here was like, "Oh, we'll give you a free Remington 700."
Yeah.
To change banks.
Yeah, I changed banks for a gun as long as I still had adequately free checking and everything.
There is a sponsor right now fucking banging on my door. I'm going to mute my phone.
Uh-oh. We might have a live sponsorship read.
What? It's not NVIDIA. It's somebody else. But I'm freaking tired of this guy. I don't know. I think I just ruined my sponsorship. But he's talking to me during my show.
Oh, was hoping it was NVIDIA.
If he
Call
does.
us, NVIDIA. We're waiting by the phone.
I told him I was recording right now and that he was too late. And he's just like, keep going.
You don't give him a call, but let's do a live sponsorship read. That sounds fun.
Yeah, let's
totally
do
Let's
it.
bind him to a contract on the air. Like
We'll
there's
agree to a term for
150,000
250.
Yeah, let's be. How about a little transparency, Woody?
Oh God.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just said, I don't know.
Maybe take out a second mortgage on his house.
There you go. Refi all the equity out of your
Wings,
home right
Wings.
now.
Let me ask you a question. How much money would someone have to owe you before you would like go get them and try to like do something physical about getting your money back?
I don't think well,
let's just
there's
say
a
that-
number. There's a number. I've never
do
thought
that,
about
you
the
can't
number
get-
itself. Like something like that would be more about principle than it would be the number. But the number itself would have to be like, I don't know, 10 grand.
Yeah.
10 grand would probably be the number.
Hmm.
What
Like
would
I've
you
let,
do?
huh?
Would you hire somebody to go break their hands or something like that?
Well, it depends on what they do for a living.
Let's say they were like a professional gamer.
If they were a professional gamer, I would hire somebody to break their hands. I would literally take one of those meat tenderizers and just crush every knuckle on one of his hands.
Wait, so you'd do it, or you'd hire somebody?
Well, I'd
to do it?
hired somebody to do it. You're talking about the guy I almost hired Sharif to go and bust his hand up. It's what is his name?
Who the hell is
TP.
Sharif? Is he like your go-to hand crushing guy? I got a hand crushing guy. Don't worry about it. Let me go through my
Well,
Rolodex.
Sharif is a gentleman that does dirty things for dirt cheap.
So he is the AC/DC song. That's
He's
him.
a guy I know through my grandmother.
Oh well.
Oh, scary.
What kind of
Yeah.
name is Sharif? What's his?
It's a black guy name.
Oh, okay.
Lefty,
So,
you knew that.
how
right?
much would you have
I
to
heard
pay
this guy's
Sharif?
name was Sharif, or I was gonna go through a whole
How much
list
would I
of
have to
just,
pay to get
like,
somebody's hand broke?
How
randomly
much
put
would you have
together
to pay
syllables.
Sharif? How much would you have to pay
$200.
Sharif to cross state lines with a meat tenderizer and break a man's hands?
Underage kids' hands, yeah, but about
With the
400 bucks.
intent of crossing state lines with the intent of committing bodily harm.
It's $400.
I think that's a felony. He committed a felony for $400.
Of course, it's a felony.
Wow.
I don't.
that's
I
nuts.
don't think it's his first one, Lefty. I think he's collected like baseball cards at this point.
I'm a felonious motherfucker.
I don't think he cares about the laws. He just cares about getting his little opiates.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
Well, that's
man.
great that you take advantage of somebody that's.
If I
You
thought
got to
that
take
was-
advantage of what you got access to.
I wish that was safe, because I got people I'd send him to. I got
Maybe he should start a business.
Yeah.
Sharif should be Woody's neighbor. He'd be knocking down $400 an hour.
I know, right? Like, $400 to knock down a pet. Do you sell these for a discount for like a 10-pack?
like $3,500
Yeah,
for
right.
10.
Exactly what I had in my head. How about I buy 10 in advance for $3,500? We'll just send you from house to house. I got motherfuckers.
Just give him a checklist, huh?
I'm sitting here reading the comments on my YouTube video. Sharif! See what this motherfucker said? We gotta. I'll get his address.
By 2015, Sharif would be in a fucking Cadillac, and he'd have a gold-plated meat tenderizer.
Oh man, I wouldn't give that man that much money. He would kill himself.
But I mean, I just want to know. I don't want to ask on
let
it,
me
but I
ask
want to
this.
know
How did this come
Woody's
up, Kyle?
hit
What did you
list. I
hear?
want to know Woody's hit list.
Let's not put out a hit list on our podcast.
I know. I want to think.
Let's not name names, Lefty, because then if you start naming names,
Then you're in conspiracy territory. You're in
Yeah.
conspiracy territory. Yeah.
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 If Woody calls Sharif or inquires further about Sharif's whereabouts, you could
but
be.
for everybody
theoretically-
knows, TP tried to narc off money. This is back when I was kind of with Envious.
I don't
and-
think that's what narc means.
No, narc. But basically, we paid him to come over to Team Envious, and he made one practice, and then he tried to run with the money.
Okay.
How much you pay him?
I didn't pay him anything. Tyler paid him something like $5,000.
Well, damn.
How big was Call of Duty competitive at the time? Like
It was-
relative to what
this
it is
was
now?
back in Black Ops 1. This is right after Dallas.
Huh.
I miss Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1 you miss?
Mm-hmm. I gave it a bad rap when I played it. I was struggling to find my my YouTube foothold, and I went down a route that that's easy for a lot of people. And I was completely biased, and
You just complain about the game?
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not that I was being dishonest. I wasn't looking at my own bias. I was letting my YouTube business run how I looked at a game, not letting just how much fun I have at the game. And I really like the setting. I really like the color palette on the original maps was a little bit too bland, but I think they fixed that with the first DLC pack and beyond. And it was a lot of fun. There was good. After a while, there was a good bit of balance. I mean, FAMAS Red Dot, lightweight, okay, but outside of that, the game was a lot of fun. There was a lot of different things.
I like Black Ops 2. Any game with a Blackbird, I enjoy.
Yeah, so I gave it a bad rap, and I gave David Vonderhaar a lot of undue crap. I'm sorry, Vonderhaar.
I blame Dave Vonderhaar for games he has no part of.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
If some glitches in Thief, Vonderhaar!
Have you played Thief? Wings?
Yeah, I'm playing it right now, yeah.
How do you like it?
I haven't played enough to give it a good, honest opinion.
Okay. I was thinking about doing it, but then I saw all the negative reviews of it, and I was like, I don't know. But, oh well. Titanfall's coming out. Pumped for that. 2 weeks.
Is that 2 weeks away?
Yeah, March 11th. It is the last day of February today, right? Yeah.
Can't
wait.
Let's do a little bit of promotion,
1080
self-promotion
streams,
here for me.
twitch.tv/lefty643. Titanfall full 1080p. It'll be right here. Well, not here, but you get the idea.
PC
Rape
graphics,
Squad
right?
Killers
Mhm,
won our
PC
first
graphics.
Diamond Clan War. So you got to bow down to the Rape Squad Killers on the PS4. If you want to be a part of it, contact Blue Sage.
Rape Squad Killers! Woo woo!
RSK!
So,
That's awesome, man.
I still don't think that's a good name to be known by.
I was kind of scared to put it as a Rape Squad Killers. I'm like, these motherfuckers going to delete our clan when they see this name.
And they
Rape
did,
isn't a. Usually
which
they're
is-
good about. They've got like a filter of things you can't use, right?
Yeah.
Usually. And rape isn't on there.
Rape is not on there. We're the
That ain't
Rape
on our
Squad
list.
Killers, and the killers and all the S's are dollar signs.
As they should be.
And like our logo is like a guy with a ski mask on. Just
Mother
smiling.
of God.
Yeah, conceal your identity.
Joe Lozon was telling me that that's a terrible thing that's going to come back and get you, etc. Someday you'll apply for a job and they'll be like, "What is this Rape Squad Killer membership you're part of?"
It'll be like one of those Michael Scott moments. Well, you're not going to believe this.
Or there'll be a sponsor who's like particularly sensitive to the topic of rape, like
Rape.
it happened, in her family or to her, or to, who knows? But it's like, yeah, I guess you bring up a good point. But it's someone wrote me and talked about like the desensitization of rape in the gaming community, right? Like rape almost means like a
To dominate.
a trouncing, dominate.
Yeah.
Like people use the rape word in gaming to mean I beat you by a lot.
Yeah, it's the fourth definition at this point.
Yeah, and I like, are we doing a bad thing for society by desensitizing people to the word? By like, not just we, but like gamers in general and PKA along in that crowd. Or are we doing a good thing for society in removing some of the stigma that comes with being a victim? Like, if Lefty said, "Look, I was mugged," no one would be like, "Ooh,
Can't say mug now.
yeah, he's a mugging victim. Wow, that's." He'll ever
I was
be
mugged when I was 8 years old.
Why didn't you beat his ass, Lefty?
Yeah,
I was
Lefty,
8 years old.
Step up your game.
You didn't have a gun?
They tried
No,
to
he
mug,
did.
They tried to mug Wings at 8. He broke out a mag light, had teeth soup.
Raped
Yeah,
them.
teeth soup is one of my
You
specialties.
raped them.
But yeah, no one says like, Lefty, he's tainted. He was mugged at 8 years old. If rape gets in like the everyday vocabulary, does that mean A, more rape and less, stigma around it, or B, rape victims have an easier time, saying, yeah, this is a thing that happened, it sucked.
I'm gonna get lashed for this, but most of the people that are rape victims, like you meet them all the time. You meet them all the time, but a lot of them, it's like the biggest thing that's ever happened to them in their life, and they hold on to it and they talk about it more than most people do.
I don't sign off on what he just said. That's not me.
So I don't think I understood what you're saying.
And I'm just saying, like, they almost use it as like this great tragedy, and they're crestfallen about it, and they're saddened about it, but they talk about it all the fucking time, and it's like it's like the greatest thing that ever happened to them.
Wings, who are these people you're talking about?
I'm talking about dirt road white girls and shit like this. That
dirt road white girls?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know that term, but it amuses me.
You never heard of term dirt road white girls?
No, I haven't.
Basically,
tell us more. Tell us more.
It paints a picture, though.
You know, the kind of girls that drink Bud Light, smoke Marlboros. You know, just live with
Bud Light.
Yeah, man.
Bud Light's about water. That's what's wrong with it. It's
so
nasty.
I remember, shucks, maybe a year and a half ago, I was misquoted as saying women are built for rape, right? And what I was actually saying was that it was it was partly like a men's rights thing, but what I was doing is I was drawing this equivalence between a guy who was like beat up and suffers like post-traumatic stress disorder from that, to a woman who had unconsensual sex, and I'm not sure, non-consensual, I don't know, but who was raped, and that it wasn't sometimes it is, but it wasn't necessarily the physical violence that was the worst of it. It was the like mental damage, the post-traumatic stress disorder that comes with it, and a brutal mugging type thing can be very similar. They're both scared to go in dark alleys. They're cautious about meeting new people. They're kind of hung up on it and emotionally injured. And Wings is like, man, just don't be emotionally injured. And I don't know. I guess personally, I'm just a little more sensitive to it.
Wings is like, if I get my ass beat somewhere, there's a good chance I'm not going back to that place, and I'm gonna forget about it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, people are wired different ways, and you don't get to control oftentimes like how you react to it.
I know this is a taboo topic, but here's another thing I think about. When you're, let's say, a rapist, how can you enjoy that, to be perfectly honest?
Yeah.
Like, you ever had sex with a woman and she wasn't quite wet enough yet? That hurts.
That's why wet platinum is the official.
I can only imagine what trying to have sex
everywhere.
with a rape victim would be like.
I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I play one on YouTube and PKA. But it's got to be about dominance, right? It's not necessarily about the sex. It's about the dominance.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
It just straight hurts. Like if I want to crush my dick with a hammer, how is that dominance?
Goodness.
Yeah,
but that's a sexual deviance. That's not rape. I would think in some cases, most cases, is about. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But it's dominance at some level.
So we've got two things floating around here. One, I don't think it's for me. Like to me, the hottest part about sex is when she's into it, right? Like that's a turn on for me, right? When she's moving, when she's grooving, when she's down, it
has to be. Like, I can get myself off. I mean, I don't need her for that. I need her to be a partner.
Yeah, that to me is what makes sex sexy. Someone who's I want to say willing participant, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Someone who's an enthusiastic participant, that tells it better. So yeah,
like when they go ass to mouth.
Oh my god!
So
where did that come from?
Hey, that's the best thing a girl can do. If you got a girl that goes ass to mouth during sex, you got to keep her. Go and put a ring on that one.
There you go. Now you know who to marry.
Wait, is that one of the attributes of a dirt road girl?
Most likely,
dirt road white girl.
Likely, yes, dirt road white girl.
Yeah.
What are the other attributes?
Trashy, no money.
Then how do they get Bud Light?
The guy buys it for them so they can fuck them.
What would they wear? What would the standard attire be?
Oh shit! Do you need pictures of dirt road white girls? I can get those.
Please.
All right, please. But Woody, to your point, we're dancing around, I think, the idea of rape culture, and that whole thing. Feminists throw it around, and then they're not macho men or whatever. There are guys that say, well, there's no such thing as rape culture. That's just a feminist ideal. It doesn't really exist. It's bullshit. But I think, I want to draw the line where you do. I think we should be cautious about the idea of using the word rape and not trivializing it, and saying, because I think trivializing it would in a way make rape victims feel like, oh, well, this is a normal thing that can happen to me. It's an acceptable thing, and I think trivializing it helps is another step down that road. But at the same time, I think automatically and systematically adhering to the word of supposed rape victims and their alleged rapists all the time is equally bad and harmful to society. So I don't know where to draw that line.
I'm torn on it, man. Like, I can totally make an argument and say, like, we shouldn't trivialize this. It's a big deal, and that would make guys understand that what they're doing isn't casual. It's huge. On the other hand, if you make it out to be a super big deal, then I feel like that makes what happened to you harder to recover from.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. And also, the other thing that I noticed is that I see a lot on Reddit talking about rape stuff is, just arrest somebody, charge them, and let the courts bear it out, right? But I don't think what people I don't think what people are cognizant of is that a rape arrest is liable to ruin somebody's life.
These dirt road white girls...
That's like any college town in America.
Yeah, they're a lot hotter than I pictured. I thought they were going to be dirtier, currently smoking, skinnier.
Oh, these are basically what you call trailer trash.
But on dirt roads.
On dirt roads.
They don't have
the one on the right I could see there's not a lot of makeup there, but in the tongue ring, she looks like she can do some work with her tongue.
I'm trying to find better pictures here. Hold
that
up.
girl's got like a Woody class tongue there, doesn't she? On the right.
Yeah, that's like. Is
you
that
see
like
the one on the
prosthetic?
left? That's a crappy tongue. That thing
That's a
barely
smoker's
leaves
tongue.
her mouth. What is that all about? The one in the middle? Whatever. That one on the right? Like, she's good.
She also looks like she's about 40 years old. The one on the right.
You can't avoid that. That's going to happen.
Eventually, yes, but
Yeah, it takes 40 years, but it happens.
But yeah,
Wow.
Wings, I don't see anything remarkable about these women that you don't find at like.
Well, let me show you.
anywhere.
Here's a better.
I think the one on the
picture.
right has a remarkable tongue.
Right.
Can the audience see these?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So is there one if I see one standing by a dirt road, you got it.
Yeah,
The
I
term's
imagine-
dirt road white girl. They don't have to technically live on a dirt road.
Is this like a term that I have not? I'm gonna Google this.
Did you just make this up?
If
I did not
search
make this up.
Dirt Road WH,
Holy
it autofills to Dirt Road White Girl.
It does.
And apparently there's a song on the topic.
Oh God, no, there's not.
Yeah, by the Highland Place Mobsters.
Oh, those guys.
I've never even heard of those guys.
Some
But
of
like
these
it's a term. Like look at the second picture. That's more of like it's whatever. It's just trashy girls that live for the weekend. That's what you call them.
All right, which one's the dirt road white girl in this one?
Both.
I imagine both.
Oh, sweet. That's a lot of that. I mean,
It's just people that live for the weekend, Lefty.
How old
they
is
go,
that one on the right? I
I have no clue.
That's like a 15-year gap. She's tough to figure out, right?
yeah.
No, that's called
Like
makeup.
30. She's like 30. She's somewhere between 33 and 36.
Really? Because if you told me she was
Kinda
anywhere
like
between like 22 and 35, I'd buy it.
Nope.
One on the left needs to just put on a shirt because that is bad for the skin. That is a bad skin look that she's got going on there.
The one on the left looks photoshopped into me. Like, I recognize why would you, but it's somehow just like against the background, especially the shoulder. Here, it just looks like a bad contrast. But I'm sure it's not.
So she has a bad body, bad skin, bad habits,
Yes,
and she has no money. Dirt
She's-
road white girl.
she's rocking the tramp stamp.
Tramp stamp. She's rocking like 15 stamps.
Yes, she is.
I
How do you feel about tattoos on girls?
don't like them on the
Sometimes
breast.
they're good.
I don't like them on the
Sometimes they're
breast. Sometimes they're bad. I hate when they're all. I hate when they're like rainbows and unicorns and butterflies and shit too.
You don't like those?
No, I like stars. The stars are pretty cool.
Like
I look at most tattoos as trashy.
If it's a well-done tattoo, it's good. If it's not, then it's not. It depends on the quality of the tattoo.
Yeah, like a well done sleeve is like, all right, that looks cool, but I dated a girl once. She had a tramp stamp and it was a cross. It was like kind of.
Oh, that's absurd.
I don't want to see that. When I'm over there getting that pussy, I do not want to be thinking about Jesus Christ.
I didn't. I was like, what's because the two things that you got going on here.
I'm supposed to be pulling your hair, calling you a slut while I'm looking at a cross.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Well,
whoa. Is that what you're supposed to be doing?
That's what you're supposed to
I
be
guess
doing.
I've been doing it wrong. Wow. Thank you, Wings. Let me write that one down. Where's my pen?
Pulling her hair and calling her a slut.
Where do you find? Do you do this, Wings, or are
No,
these just things that
some
come
girls
in your-
request to be.
Is this first date material?
This is not first date material.
Have you ever done that to a girl? Has a girl ever said yes?
People, I have done it to a couple girls, and they request.
I have to take Wing's side on this thing. Seriously, is every sexual encounter you guys have like all about?
No, of course not. I just like teasing Wings because every time he gives a kernel of more evidence or truth into his sex life, it's just that much more insane.
You seriously know? Some girls like being talked down to. They do. I mean, that's what.
No, I've never.
I don't do it. I don't do it like. I just don't start doing it. Like, what up, bitch?
I don't know about being talked
it's
down
usually
to.
it's requested. Like, can you pull my hair a little bit?
Oh yeah, okay, but pulling your hair and calling you a slut seems like it's an escalation from just
Reddit,
like.
Right? Did you guys see the Reddit post where the guy wasn't good at talking dirty?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he called her a fucking retard.
Yes. He's like, you like that, you fucking retard? She's like, what?
That's hilarious.
I got another picture here. Maybe this one will ice out the cake.
All right, let's see it. It did.
It
Did you
didn't
send it?
post. It's not sending. Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Copy.
Google will not accept any more dirt road white girls.
It is not sending.
How do you pronounce that? Giazo? Gazo?
I don't know.
Giazzo. For the longest time, I thought it was Gazo.
Right.
I always thought it was Giazzo.
Yeah, Giazzo.
That's not a good name. Make it pronounceable.
I don't know. This won't let me send. I keep pressing enter and it disappears.
That's weird. Oh man, I want to see this.
Well, I can send it to you, Lefty. Maybe you can send it through to them. No, you're not on.
Oh. Hold on. Shoo-ba-doo-doo.
Shoo-ba-doo-doo. What are we talking about?
I got a new topic if you need one.
I
What we
do
got?
too.
Mine's...
Go ahead.
You want me to go? All right.
Yeah.
Letters of last resort. So the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom writes 4 identical letters, which go into the UK's nuclear missile carrying submarines. These letters are only opened in the event that the Prime Minister and the second person, whoever that is, are killed in a nuclear attack on the UK. Right, so I'll repeat that. UK Prime Minister, if he and the next guy are both killed, then these letters are opened on nuclear submarines. They contain instructions on what the commanders of the submarines are to do with their nuclear missiles. The Prime Minister instructs the commanders to do one of 4 things. Retaliate, do not retaliate, use your own discretion, or place yourself under control of an allied country. What does your letter of last resort do?
For the UK?
You're the Prime Minister of the UK. You need to write a letter of last resort in the event that you and your second are both taken out by a nuclear strike.
I would place myself under an ally. Because there might still be a way to prevent all-out, like, global catastrophe.
I'm trying to prevent Fallout 4 here. I'm gonna go with the Allies as well, but I'm gonna put it as a footnote. Don't be France.
Yeah, not France. Like in this scenario, I'm imagining the United States is getting control of the UK's nuclear submarines.
Yeah, I think so too. We
Keep
mentioned it
in
on the
mind,
show
this isn't one of those things where I'm like, yeah, we want that. We've probably got like 50 times as many as they do. It would just be like a safeguard to make sure that 30 nukes don't go somewhere they don't need to go.
Yeah, right? Like, I feel like America would have UK's best interests in mind. Like, and the world's. I hope they would anyway. Like, if you... And they'd also give it back. Like, oh, are we under control? All right. You just let me know when you want to be on your own and it's not a permanent takeover.
You never know. Might be time for another tea party.
Shit, I disagree with that. America would give it back.
Maybe we take Scotland.
We'd better give it back. I would hope that we'd be responsible.
Well, they already nuked and shit. You know, it's like, oh, well, your country's kind of fucked. You want to go live over there in the radiation, or you want to come here and be a citizen and pay us some taxes? We keeping your nukes, by the way.
Wings, I disagree with what you're doing here. I think that
Does America have the best policy and not considered the bully of the world?
Maybe we aren't a good choice. Maybe UK, give yourself to... Who else would be good? Australia, maybe.
Switzerland?
Australia?
Well, they seem to...
Why not Canada?
Would be a good choice.
Canada? Yeah.
I don't think Canada has a nuclear weapons program. What would they do? They're like, we don't know.
They briefly we loaned them some, but no, I don't think they do either.
How about the French?
They've got nukes.
We just put footnotes and the French didn't get it.
You guys are still sore. It's almost 100 years ago.
The French, it's not even that. Every time France has got a little bit of power, they try to take over the world. And every time they didn't have power, they got took over. So if England gets fucking traunched, France is right behind them.
Yeah, it does seem like it'd be wise to pick someone a little overseas so that they're not in the same dire straits.
Pakistan.
No.
Let's do
That's
it.
where Bin Laden was.
It's like, you guys have always wanted these. Here you go.
Pakistan has nukes.
Yeah, they don't have the delivery systems.
So I have a question.
You know what? I'm going with retaliate.
Retaliate.
Fuck them. Fuck them and fuck the fucking missiles they came from. I'm thinking this through. If I'm the Prime Minister of the UK and I'm taken out by a nuclear strike in my country, right, and it was a big enough nuclear strike that they also took out my second, you don't get to do that. No. You know what's coming back at you? My nukes. Fuck you.
Yeah, but you're also gonna probably bust the ozone layer.
Would you add an addendum and include like chemical and biological weapons too? Just an all-out destructoid.
Send what you got. You know,
if you had your own country, would you have it?
Was this a Middle Eastern country? The job will be complete when that sand has turned to glass. That's how I'd rock this shit. And I think I seriously would. If I was actually in charge, it might sound irresponsible, but if they... Yeah. If you launch a nuclear strike against us and it's successful enough to take out like the capital, this is what I'm picturing, you will not recognize your country afterwards. We're done.
Yeah, I'm totally on board with that too, and that's what I thought. That's what's probably going to happen if you decide to give your forces over to the U.S. or Canada or whoever. They're probably going to be like, yeah, we're all launching at Pakistan right now. Just join in anywhere. Just hit it. Just
Everybody.
Hit it. Mexico just took out their whole grassland area.
Wouldn't it be smarter to put like anti-missile barricades around their country and just invade them?
That stuff doesn't work.
They're not gonna launch a fucking missile. Is there a rocket capable of traveling from Pakistan to the United States? I don't think so.
Yeah, we've got it.
There are rockets capable. Do they have them? We don't think so.
I mean, you have to have satellites to project nuke that distance.
Intercontinental ballistic missile. Everybody has them. We're button press away from the entire world.
Yeah. The United States can send missiles anywhere, anytime.
Anywhere. Mm-hmm. We could make the missile go around the world twice and then come back and land here if we really wanted.
I didn't know that, but I do know that we can absolutely reach out and touch anybody anywhere.
Anytime.
That's the power you should not be able to
that's wield. That's the stuff they've had since, like the late 60s and 70s.
Exactly.
We don't even know I bet they got some crazy orbital shit right now that'll just shoot. But see, you don't even need explosives if you have like that high orbital cannon like that was in the last Call of Duty game.
I heard you don't. Yeah, you can actually shoot just like I'm going to make it up, like lead rods or something. And by the time it gets there from space, the impact is so big, it's like a satellite, not a satellite,
kinetic weaponry.
The asteroid, that's what I'm going for. It's like a small asteroid strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's why whenever World War III kicks off, it's going to be insane. It's not going to be like anything we've ever seen before because it's not going to be that stuff we've been doing where we're just bombing the shit out of these dirt building countries. It's going to be like they're going to have weapons like that, and we're going to have weapons like that. It's going to be insane.
I want to be digging me a fucking bunker is what I'm going to be doing when that kicks off.
Yeah, it's gonna be Fallout days.
Hmm.
Just
I don't want that to happen.
We're
imagine
all
like
gonna
you
be
see
playing
a Raleigh
on
just
hard.
like brrrr, and it's on fire and just burning. Buildings are falling down.
If you go on gun forums, people like anxiously await that. You know, they've got like whatever 20,000 rounds in their closet, and they think that when it's Fallout, when it's World War III, when it's chaos, they are going to become like the new regional leaders. Right? They're going to be the warlords of their area, and their life is going to be much better. That it's like a fantasy that they have. You know, I remember when the stock market was collapsing under the late Bush days. They were like, yes, this is the beginning. You know, the oil prices are skyrocketing. The rich are getting poor. I'm about to have my time. And, you know, it never happens.
Didn't Julius Caesar get stabbed?
Yeah.
You can have as much weapons as you fucking want. Unless you're drinking out of a source that only you have access to, you can still be took out.
Okay.
Having weapons does not determine power.
Well, that's true. I mean, I think these guys are just
Dear God.
fetishists that are like, oh
That's,
my god.
yeah. I like
just
to,
wanna be...
when people ask what I need my guns for, I like to say zombies. I feel like it encompasses sort of a, you know, I have them because I want them, and I don't make excuses to you sort of thing.
Right.
That's what
I
zombies...
know this is a bullcrap excuse. I know this is, of course, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
The first gun I bought was for purpose. When I used to go camping all the time. People have probably heard this before. And because I live further away, I'd often get there like the night before, or I'd be like first there. And it's just scary to go camping in the woods and hear people when they're not supposed to be there, or like animals in the woods rustling around, and you've got nothing. It feels so vulnerable to be in a tent and hear like whatever, 3 guys talking when you thought you'd be alone. Like, you know, what are these guys doing here? What's happening? What could you do about it?
Maybe they're making meth and now they're gonna kill me.
Like, Kyle, you're an in shape, young, prime of your life guy. What would happen if you went into 3v1?
Oh, you would die. They could 3 people will do anything they want to one person.
Right. I agree with that.
Like, they could rape you. 3 guys could rape 1 guy. They could do anything they want to you. You better hope you're fast.
That's the exact reason I have guns. I'm like, why do you have guns? Because I can't beat up 1 person, much less 3. What if 3 guys come in my house and want to rape my wife and kill my child? What am I supposed to do? To ask them to leave? Call the police?
Yeah. and you know, a lot of people on the gun forums, I picture them in my head often in their like 50s and 60s. You don't get to stay young. You know, that's an equalizer, a weapon. And you know, people want to remove all weapons, and to me that is like, all right, well, look, if you want to pull all the guns out, then suddenly it's whoever's the strongest gets to make the rules. You know, when you walk down the street, you know damn well you can take her because she won't be armed. You know damn well you can take out that smaller guy because he won't be armed. There are no equalizers left in the game because we've removed guns. You know, here, if you're in North Carolina, you don't know what's there. You know, I don't know how many people are armed. I'll make up a number. Like,
most likely.
What's that?
Damn near close to every one of them.
I live
you can bet that probably 3 to 5% have guns in their cars minimum.
I was talking about pocket
on their
knives.
person or in their cars. Yeah.
You know, 5% is 1 in 20. I might
that
even
means
say
you're Walmart. There's a guy out there with a gun.
Yeah, I might even say 1 in 10, something like that, depending on the area.
Yeah.
So you're gonna roll the dice. How you feeling about that? You feeling lucky? You know, and that's with guns in society. Yeah, there's obviously more shootings than there would be with guns out in society, but you also know, like, you don't break into an American house without knowing that there's a real chance you're gonna die.
Yeah. Can I say something about it? The reason we got more gunshots, obviously, is because there's more of them, but it's the most efficient weapon to do what most people want to do. Like, if you want to kill somebody, do you go out there and try to poison them? No, you're going to get caught. Shoot a guy in the back of the head, walk away. It's the quickest way, the best way to get...
What about the flamethrower wings? I think you're really missing out on some...
How many people have a flamethrower, Kyle?
I know a couple.
I seen a guy named FPS Russia shoot a flamethrower, and he fucked it up.
Flamethrowers are dangerous.
My favorite part of that whole thing.
By nature.
He gets like napalm on his hand, right? So there's like flaming liquid, and he's like, whoosh. And the flames, like, that was awesome. That was awesome.
But yeah, you can get a flamethrower. They're like, $10,000. They're not even regulated.
Oh wow!
I bought the clown hammer back there for $200.
You've got a clown hammer?
You know what's pretty cheap?
The clown hammer.
Black powder guns?
No, what is a clown hammer? That shotgun?
My shotgun. I call it the clown hammer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's not something other people understand. But
No.
Why do you call it the clown hammer?
A show called Mystery Science Theater 3000. They had one weapon on the show to knock each other out, and it was called the clown hammer.
It's not a bazooka, but like a modern day bazooka, a shoulder launched thing.
Like a law rocket?
What'd you say?
Like a law rocket?
Yeah. Those aren't that expensive. The rockets themselves, I don't know. But the launcher? Like I saw one at a gun show. It was a couple $100.
Yeah. Depending on if they've got the glass on them.
rockets?
You can get the subcaled version that'll shoot a 37mm training rocket. And you can get the launcher itself for like somewhere if it's in really good condition, like $500, or if it's get the glass is broken out or something, $200 or $300. Yeah, and the rockets themselves. The rockets are hard to find though.
Well, how about those you can buy those 6 rotating grenade launchers that shoot like tear gas and stuff from the police. You can get those like $350.
37mm launchers, yeah.
Are those the ones that use like negative pressure to launch, so they're just like thunk thunk thunk?
I don't know about that. These use gunpowder, and it's a brat. You can get chalk rounds, you can get flare rounds, you can get bird bombs if you can find them, and you can get tear gas too.
I wish I looked at it closer. This thing looked like a legit, serious law rocket, and it was like this big around. Does that sound like what you're talking about, Kyle? Or?
Yeah, it like telescopes apart. It's an M70. Google image right now. M72 law.
Yeah, they use there's a bit in Beverly Hills Cop 2 at the end where Billy shoots one. It's a joke about how easy it is to use.
If it's not that, then it's probably an AT4.
I want a Stinger missile, and I want to wait until Amazon drones come around, and I want to have a Stinger missile defense system.
I've seen one of the launchers before. That thing's bigger than you think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Or a javelin.
Yeah, the day that I bought my 1911 and the revolver, the 357 revolver, I saw a law rocket, and I was like, nah. What do I need a law rocket with no rockets?
Well, I don't have any rockets.
If you want some rockets, we can get you some rockets.
Could you really get me some rockets?
Yeah, it would take some doing, though.
I need some rockets and maybe like a water buffalo, and I got a video idea.
They're like, the rockets are about $350 a piece.
Yeah, and, I'll need 1 million views.
But they go so far.
Anyone want to advertise on a water buffalo blowing up video?
Yeah, it will not blow up the water buffalo. It'll probably just maim it horribly.
What?
Yeah.
If you can't blow up a water buffalo,
I don't think he's going to get
you're
not going to get a war shot. You're going to get a whatever they allow us plebeians to have. I don't think you can get. Can you get a war shot? Can you get like an actual?
Nah, it's going to be a 37mm training rocket. It'll shoot really fast. It weighs like, I don't know, a pound.
Does it explode on impact?
A little bit, but not much.
Can we modify the rocket?
What if you fill it with dynamite?
Why don't you just take some PVC pipe and put gunpowder inside the water buffalo and shoot that?
And
how do you get the PVC pipe filled with gunpowder in the water buffalo?
Because when it hits the gunpowder, it's going to blow up the water buffalo.
You recognize I'm talking about a live water buffalo here, right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a statue or something.
No, he needs to be chewing some cud, looking over at me. In comes the rocket.
I think that video's going to get age-gated then.
If you actually want to do that, there are places you can go in the world.
Cambodia, right?
Yeah, you can go to Cambodia, and there's a Middle Eastern country someone was telling me about, and it's expensive, but all right, let's say, think of it as like the ultimate mancation. You drop $20,000, and you get to shoot everything from RPGs down. Everything. You get to shoot an RPG.
In Cambodia, you don't need the lock rocket. They're going to get RPG-7 right there for you.
They got RPGs, all the small arms you could think of. You drop $50,000 though, and they'll put you on like this 30 millimeter Vulcan gun that's mounted on the ground, and you sit in it and fire it. You can shoot missiles, you can grenades.
You know what would be a
that
fun PKA mancation? What if we got on? They sell these things, and basically what you do is you get out on like a yacht in like off the coast of Somalia, and you kill the pirates.
You just go out as your vacation. You're drinking, engaging Somali pirates.
Yeah, well, you're like trolling, like waiting for a pirate to try and take over your ship, and then you break out your LOL rockets and fully automated guns.
Is this real?
Yes. I don't know if it's still in
Wait,
business.
you can do that?
Yeah, there were like anti-pirate vacation packages that are
Yeah,
offered.
but I can only imagine spending the money and getting nothing in return.
Well, they can't guarantee that pirates will attack you,
want
but
a
they'll
battle.
do their best.
I want a guaranteed battle.
I want a 17th century galleon, and I want to go.
Lefty wants the hat and be like,
full
fire!
Now, this would be like a
Right.
nice, like 42-foot yacht that you picture Richard Branson going around in, and just like trolling the seas for pirates. And then
Gun on there or something. Everybody's got maybe
Yeah.
some RPGs
The-
or something,
the
and you go
pirates
blow
are
up some
like,
pirates.
"Oh, sweet! Look at this fat old white guy thinking he's gonna go sailing in my Somalia," and then they realize they picked on the wrong motherfucker, and you all come out with your law rockets and get some pirates.
That sounds like a great vacation.
I would pay for that.
How awesome is that concept?
See, but the Somali pirates also have guns, don't they?
Yeah,
They're
they
gonna
just
shoot
do,
back
yeah.
at you, but you're gonna have bigger guns.
It's a battle. It's a battle.
It's a battle,
we're not-
right?
That's where we're going with this. We're not going to pick on some pirates.
The battle's gonna be
That's not how
like
it works.
USA versus Iraq. It's gonna be one of those battles, Lefty.
I don't know about that. It's a battle.
Yeah,
Yeah, but even some U.S. troops died because the Iraqis shot real bullets.
Yeah, but
yes, that's
the
a
numbers
risk
are
that you
very
run.
lopsided.
They
We
are
lost
pirates.
like 6,000. They lost like 260,000. You know,
I'll stay home. I think. Play video
Remember,
games.
I used to
you
play.
live in Chicago. You should be used to getting shot at.
Back when I played Modern Warfare 2, I rolled with players who were so good that if you replaced me with a can of tomato soup, we would still crush the other team. That's what I'm looking for in my pirate vacation.
Yeah, right?
It needs to be like the 4 of us, 12 Navy SEALs, against 6 pirates. Let's go. Yeah, that's...
Woody, we got you a pirate over here. Yeah. Hold him down, Bill. Woody, you got your AR?
You get a picture of Woody, like, giving the thumbs up, holding the
Now,
head.
did you want? Woody, did you want the full body mount or just the shoulders and up?
We're all all excited about our pirate. Like, I got a big one.
Yeah, just
Look at
imagine
this
how
one.
racist we're going to be after that pirate trip.
You're taking a picture of him, like you got him hanging upside down. You're next to like a measuring thing, like
Yeah,
you're
right.
you're
Next to a
just
scale
like,
hanging
We
him
got
by
a
his feet.
6-foot tour here.
Look at this fat pirate. Woody got a fat one.
This must be a
That's
good
rare
one. They give him
Somalia.
the food.
He was in charge. That was the captain. I don't know what.
Okay, so we need to find some Nate. We need SEAL Team 6 and a yacht.
And a yacht.
We need them. We need the guys that were like on a battleship or something, floating just in the water, and they synchronized the 3 or 4 whatever sniper shots. I want those guys. Whoever those snipers were.
Oh yeah, that was like one of the first calls Obama made, right? And the Republicans were like, "Imagine if it went wrong." But
That was I mean, I'm not a shooter, but I would imagine that's an insane shot.
That sounds awesome. That sounds like an awesome shot. I don't know
that
where
was
they
the
were shooting
Captain
from.
Phillips thing. That was the Captain
how
Phillips
far was
thing.
the shot? Like 75 yards, 100 yards?
I don't.
It was like a good shot, and of course, I'm on a boat that's moving. Target's on a boat that's moving, and he's still like headshotted the guy.
Like several guys simultaneously.
We ain't got to worry about that
Was it?
bullshit. We're going to have the two.
Yeah. They shot like 3 or 4 pirates all in the head, all at the same time.
That's
Like-
some
like
good
the-
shit.
Yeah, like there's this poor like hostage there, and then like everybody around him gets shot in the fucking head.
I'm so bad, but it makes me proud to be American. Like, fuck yeah.
And we did that from a battle cruiser. It cost $800 billion.
Yeah, but that's. Look, if there's anything we're good at, that's the kind of shit that we're good
That's
at.
the only thing we're good at is fucking other people up.
When the aliens finally come and the United States destroys them, I think the whole world is going to look at us differently. They're really going to appreciate all this crazy military spending we've been doing for the last 50 years when the aliens come.
Do you remember that Independence Day, the movie?
Yeah.
And America was like, we figured out how to kill them, and we told everyone else, and we're like the ringleaders.
Yeah.
And we kill. There's like 50 giant alien motherships. We kill like 40, and they help with 10 more. That's how it would actually go down.
That's exactly how it would go.
Right, we'd send Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith up to talk to them with a Mac laptop. We're talking to the alien computers, and then apparently they're flying back.
If you're not techie, that is completely ridiculous to think that you could compile something on a Mac and run it on some alien thing. Even the network, like, oh really? Do they follow the TCP/IP?
They got
protocol?
Wi-Fi. Right, they got Wi-Fi in the mothership, and you can talk to it.
They also have like 802.11 AC with TCP/IP running over.
But they
incompatible.
connected it to the alien battleship that they were in.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They had time to actually learn the computer code.
Yeah, I think what had happened, they had some sort of modified version of the Apple integrated with that that personal spaceship, and somehow that was getting the job done.
So Jeff Goldblum wrote a new operating system for his Mac.
Well, I'm pretty sure he could have got anybody who wanted to help him in the United States.
It finds a way.
What was I gonna say?
Did he partition the hard drive? Like one was running iOS, the other was just the alien.
I'm sure he there was a program that straight up just transferred the Mac code into whatever the alien code was.
You can't do that.
They're making a sequel to that, first of all, and second of all, Will Smith said no.
I was just gonna say. Yeah, Will Smith said no to being in that sequel.
Bullshit. Fuck you, Will Smith. You've made a stream of shitty movies lately. We're losing faith, and when they finally have one, it's like, oh, this is like a home run. You fucking Independence Day 2? Yeah, man. And maybe I imagine Will Smith's character is the president or something. Like, it would make perfect sense. Like something like that.
Yeah,
that would have been a great film.
Something.
Aliens come back. You get some young actors in there, then Will Smith.
We can find a spot for your son.
Didn't he have his son?
Your son can do something.
That's probably why he wasn't in it. He wanted to put his talentless kid in there.
Kill the son. Right? Opening scene,
immediately.
Open the scene, kill that kid.
Yeah, and then Will Smith cries a little, but then gets all hardcore.
And then it shapes his vengeance response.
Yeah, and they have a scene in the end of Commando when Schwarzenegger's strapping all those grenades and knives and machine guns on his body and putting the war paint on, but it's Will Smith.
Yes. Dude, we could do this.
And I want him to have a mech suit from Elysium.
Never seen that movie.
So
really? Elysium was good.
I try to stay anything with Matt Damon in it.
It was supposed to. He did a good job, I thought.
Is
Elysium,
it on Netflix?
Yeah, I think so.
It's on the PlayStation Network, though. If you really want to rent it for $2.
Yeah, I could. Maybe it's not on Netflix. Let's just lie and say it is Netflix.com/Woody.
Netflix.com/Woody might be there. What's it called? Elysium?
Elysium. Eminem was tapped first to play the role that Matt Damon ended up with, but he said no because he wanted the core filming to be done in Detroit to help the Detroit economy, and that wasn't what they were going for.
See, that's a good guy right there.
I thought so too.
Mm-hmm.
He's matured into a pretty good guy. He had his flaws back in the day, but he's turned into a pretty responsible adult.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you can get houses for $45 in Detroit.
Yeah, man. And if you want to shoot pirates, let's be honest, just go to Detroit.
There you go.
And no, pirates is not a synonym for white people.
You mean black people?
Wow, racist.
Walked right into that.
Well, if you want to get away with murder right now, I go to the Detroit because the average cop cruiser time is 4 hours.
Yeah, I've heard that. What kind of Wi-Fi do they or bandwidth do they have in Detroit?
They don't. You think there's internet in Detroit?
There's gotta be.
I imagine Detroit like a crater, like a
They're still on dial-up.
like RoboCop. It's like RoboCop, the original movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is right now in Detroit.
Yeah, we're looking at this all wrong. Detroit is just getting a step ahead of the apocalypse. They're the best apocalyptic city in the world right now.
This is their trial run. They're in the beta phase of the
That's
apocalypse.
Fallout 4, Detroit.
That would be pretty cool.
I don't understand. They give Cecil Fielder $100 million to play first base. Not Cecil, Prince.
Prince Fielder. Well, it's good.
Yeah.
Essentially, Cecil Fielder.
Yeah, $100 million to play first base. Can't afford streetlights.
Well, that was
I understand that's
Detroit
that's a rich man that owns the Tigers that's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But the Red Wings are getting a new stadium.
Oh, that's right. Are they? The Red Wings are getting a new stadium. Is the city paying for that?
The city pays for the stadium,
That's
dude.
stupid.
That always irritates me.
That is the worst, economically speaking. Study after study has shown that is the worst investment your city can make. Is giving rich people more money to build a stadium.
And Detroit recently gave the Tigers a new stadium like 5 years ago.
It feels like I feel like we talk about politics too much, but it's so corrupt. Everyone knows this is a bad deal. It's frustrating to see that it happens all the time. Well,
I think we need a some sort of martial law declared in Detroit. Put one guy in charge of it all and let him clean it up.
How about this?
Who's the man to do it? Who's the man? You got to pick one.
Walker,
FPS
Texas
Russia.
Ranger.
So we got Chuck Norris and FPS Russia.
That's right.
No. I don't want Chuck Norris. I want Chuck Norris playing Walker, Texas Ranger. I want him in character all the time.
In the eyes of the Ranger.
I'm gonna
Do
say,
you still know the theme song?
The unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right.
In the eyes of the Ranger are upon you, watching every move you. Yeah, man. That thing's so catchy, everybody knows
When
that.
you're in Texas, look behind
behind
you. And then Chuck
That's where the Rangers.
I never watched that show because that show sucked.
It was amazing. Don't talk about
Those
it like
roundhouse kicks never ended.
Bull.
Trebek was a former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver, and apparently he's a cop now getting into shootouts, I guess.
It was great.
It was awesome.
great. And he would use
Black guy that had martial arts skills,
time
too.
over
Dirt,
time.
tasted the jet fuel and knew that a plane had crashed there.
Yep.
Okay? Don't even to be talking about my
I got two topics. I kind of want to start with Ted Nugent.
Okay.
So Ted Nugent called Obama a subhuman mongrel. And everyone's getting on him for being racist.
Subhuman mongrel.
A mongrel, of course, being
That's what it actually is.
like a crossbred dog.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I actually don't think he was being racist. Hateful, spiteful, mean, Ted Nugent, yeah. But I just don't buy that, like, mongrel was some sort of code word for black person in his head.
To me, it sounds like mongrel's a code word for a mixed person.
Yeah, I know he's called him a rat before. He's called him a rodent. So, like, I mean, it fits, right? He's just calling him, the dirtiest thing he can think of without
he's just
going over the
senselessly
line.
name-calling because he's a jackass. But not necessarily because he's like, he is of mixed heritage, therefore he's a mongrel, he's a subhuman mongrel.
I think that's giving Ted Nugent a little bit too much credit.
Yeah.
To assume that he was that nuanced in using mongrel as like, oh, well, he's mixed. He's not just a black guy. He's a mixed black guy. And blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
He's getting into trouble. His excuse was this. He said that he's a member of the FBI and some police force in Michigan, maybe, and that he goes on raids with them, and mongrel is the term that they use all the time for bad person. And then, so they researched it. And, the truth checking sites, pants on fire lie. They're like, he has never been on a raid with us. He is not deputized. He's like, one time we did a fundraiser with him. And we bought money for we got enough money to train a new police dog or something.
Ted is an interesting guy. So Ted's very political and he likes guns a lot. And he's one of those guys that likes to get in a fucking chopper with a minigun and go shoot pigs in Texas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's that kind of guy already. So, I'm not surprised when I hear him say
he
things
worked
like
with the
that.
song Cat Scratch Fever back in the day.
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
Yeah, so I'm the last guy who'd defend Ted Nugent. He's an idiot jackass that the planet would be better without. I just don't think he's an idiot racist jackass, or at least that wasn't racism.
Why does it matter? Who cares?
Well,
if he was a racist, would it change anything?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
given his
People are
audience, so-
extra sensitive to that, to race-based hate.
But I don't. Is there really a like any reason to assume like a white guy does not like a black guy and voices that? It seems as though everybody's so quick to jump to racism. People can't just dislike people anymore.
Obama's a Democrat. Ted Nugent would hate him regardless of skin color.
Right. There's no real
The man
reason
has
to
enough
assume.
hate for all Democrats of any color or background. So yeah, stupid Ted Nugent. You guys see a new topic?
Sure.
I'm going to start with Wings of Redemption on this one. What
Good
is
choice.
something that you know is morally wrong that you fantasize about doing?
Morally wrong that I fantasize about doing. Anybody else got an answer? I need time.
I do, but I don't want to go
You
first.
gotta cycle through all the morally wrong things that you want to do.
Well, I want to pick a good one.
You know what I want to do? Beat up children physically, break noses, watch the blood dribble down past their lips. That would be cool to me.
Yeah.
There are some children who just, I feel like that sort of corporal punishment would teach the lesson that I'm willing to deliver.
Something morally wrong that I think.
The only one that comes to mind is like, I can't stand it when cops speed. Can't do it.
And when I
I'd
talk
like
about
to do
children,
it-
by the way, I'm really talking about teenagers, you know,
Yeah.
which to me are children. I'm not talking about 6-year-olds or anything like that.
But even then, some of those little bastards can be a little uppity.
Not to me. I feel like when you get under 10 or something, you're just innocent. But, you know, when you become like an asshole 14-year-old, God, I would love to fuck your day up.
Just a
I'm sorry,
right hook.
Kurt. Are we
Just-
talking about beating up children?
We are. We're talking about delivering right hooks, uppercuts to the jaw.
Yeah, liver
Just
shots.
bam.
The topic is, what is something you know is morally wrong that you fantasized about doing?
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Mine is I can't stand speeders in general. I'd like to be able to shoot the tires out of other cars that just come flying by me at 70 miles an hour.
Dear
Just
God.
to watch them just
Wings
roll.
wants to kill people. Wings.
No, I can get on board with killing people. Just not for that.
God.
I want to win the lottery and use my immense wealth to ruin the businesses of people that I don't like. I don't care if the businesses make money
Oh,
or don't.
I've
I
done
just want
that.
to ruin
That's
your
a good one.
business. I'm going
I
to
like that.
ruin
Just,
I like
just
that a
make
lot.
a fucking billboard like, oh, these guys are full of shit and here's why.
No, even worse. Go into their area and like undercut them, and with the exact, if they've got like a parts store, open your own parts store right across the street and just lose money and not give a shit.
You know
I've
what
got
I
a
would do? I'd buy
What?
parts from you and resell them at the same price.
Or just buy some company that I got a service from that I didn't like, and then as the new owner call a meeting and then find the person that I don't like and publicly fire them in front of everybody
I
and
bet that's
shame
happened.
them.
I bet that's happened before.
That would be awesome.
Oh, that's totally happened. Yeah.
So
You piss the guy off, get his coffee wasn't just right. I'm gonna buy you, motherfucker. I'll be you back tomorrow.
What businesses do you want to destroy, Lefty?
well, I fantasized about the Google thing. I wish if I was some business type CEO, somebody they would hire, and Google hired me and put me as head of their YouTube program, I'd find the people. I was like, who has access to the YouTube creators Twitter or YouTube support account? Who has access to that? And I'd call a big meeting, and I'd wait for people to raise their hands, and they'd raise their hands. I'd say, okay, stand up, and I'd have security waiting at the doors. I would say, you are all fired. Right now, get your shit and get out the door. I don't care about your contracts. I'm buying them out. I don't care. See you in court if you don't like it.
I
Get
don't
out.
care about your kids.
Security
I
is
hope they're hungry.
giving you 3 minutes to get your shit and get out
Talking
the
about
door.
hungry children.
Go. And then set the
Yeah.
tone. That's
You want to
the
fire all of YouTube's support? That's your number one enemy in the world?
no.
Yeah.
The people that run that shill account. Just that idea of, oh, we're here for YouTube creators. We're here for you. And then it's just a shill of, hey, look at iJustine's new video or Jenna Marble's new video. Just like that's all it is. But they do it under the guise of, oh well, what do you are you having problems? Come to us. We're YouTube creators. Check out the YouTube creators blog. It's all bullshit. And I don't think that's fair to partners.
Lost.
Yeah, so I would publicly shame and fire the people that are responsible for that.
See that Twitch has a setting that makes it so that if you run ad block, you still get like a pop-up, like disturbance.
I saw that, and I'm considering doing it.
You can do that? I will do it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't run ads. I do it when you first join the channel, but I don't run them on a schedule. So I don't
run them either, Woody. I have a bot does it for me.
Good point. Good point.
That's true.
But yeah, I don't know. I like
that idea. I like that.
What
that
I like
not across the bow of AdBlock users
is the feeling that Twitch is supporting their content creators, right? Like so what's happening on YouTube is the shift is slowly going away from content creators making any profit on their videos, right? Like mobile's getting more popular, and I don't have anything against mobile users. You know, like it's hard to knock them. Some people just like their iPads and iPhones and Android devices. That's how they prefer to watch it. Maybe they don't. Maybe there's a computer like downstairs in the dining room or something, and it's inconvenient to sit there and watch stuff. Yet they can like snuggle up in their bed with an iPad and watch videos. So they do. And how do you blame that? I blame Google for saying like, all right, Lefty, you don't get paid when they watch on an iPad. Well, why? Wait a minute. How come? 'Cause fuck you. That's why. Because you traditionally didn't get paid for it, and we decided we really liked the way that went, and it's becoming more and more. Now it's probably 60-70% of your views, and I like that we get the profit for the overwhelming majority. Then the other part of it is ad block. So between ad block and mobile, YouTube creators are getting paid on maybe 20% of their views. So that's YouTube, I feel like, is trying to get the content for free by not partnering with their partners. Twitch, on the other hand, is like, oh, ad block's happening, shot across the bow.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, mobile views have 35.
You looking up your numbers?
53. Yeah, 53% of my views have come on mobile phones or tablets in the last 30 days.
Yeah, mine's higher than that. Mine's like 60, low 60s.
And that's, again, like Woody said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We're not trying to say that you are a bastard because you're doing it.
I watch XCal on my PlayStation.
This is really cool technology. This is really cool stuff. That the very fact that this thing can wirelessly connect to the internet and then you can find our videos and watch them in high definition on stuff like this is cool. And I wouldn't tell people not to do it, but it's shitty that we talk about it a lot. But
yeah, my son Colin watches videos on an iPad all the time. He mostly Domino videos lately, but Domino and Minecraft videos are the things that he watches the most, and it's all iPad stuff. That guy who made it isn't getting paid for that at all. But dude, the iPad's so cool, like and it's portable, and it like something about not having a keyboard, like just the form factor of it. It's transportable in a way that even a laptop isn't. I get it, but YouTube is being a bad partner when they don't pay their partners for mobile views. So, but Twitch.
Kyle, did you have something that you wanted to that's morally wrong that you fantasized about?
Oh, something morally. Okay. I had stepped away during the inception of this conversation. So it's something that's morally wrong that I fantasize about being able to do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Stealing.
Really?
I think it would be. I'm one of those people. I think if I started stealing, I could quickly become one of those weirdos who like Christina Ricci, who was like stealing for fun. I think it would be fun to steal stuff. I think I'd be good at it, and I think I would enjoy it. And I've always thought that I'd be like a good bank robber, like stuff like that. So I wish I could steal, but it is of course morally wrong. Cannot do that. Also, could end very poorly for you.
That's true. Yeah, good point. Good point.
I've always wanted to beat the ass of a guy that beat his wife. Always wanted to do that.
Is that morally wrong?
That's morally right, actually.
I know it didn't fit.
That's why legally wrong.
Legally, yeah, you can still get a battery for it, a battery charge. But like, just catch him just smacking the shit out of him. Like, son, I'm gonna try that over here and just whoop the shit out of him.
Huh?
That would feel good.
He's wanting to bully a bully.
Bullying bullies again. Yeah, that's righteous, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's eye for an eye, son. That's the Bible.
Well,
Speaking of the Bible, okay, I was listening to Stern, and he was playing this excerpt from this I don't know what to call him. Let's call him a preacher, and he made the argument. He said it says in the Bible that Jesus Christ is going to return, and that his robes will be stained with blood, and he will be holding a sword. He said, I believe that's the blood of his enemies. I believe he's coming back to punish his enemies, to judge them. And what sword would Jesus Christ have in modern days? I think it'd be an AR-15. That's right. And Jesus Christ would have an AR, and he went on in length about why he thought that when Jesus comes back, he thinks that that'll be his weapon of choice.
Is this Howard talking, or is it a guest?
No, this was like Howard had this audio from like this guy like saying this in front of a huge group of people, like in front of one of those massive congregations.
oh wow.
It was
Jesus
great.
will come back with an AR-15 and kill his enemies.
Yeah.
This is a dirt road white guy's dream.
See, but wouldn't if you're Jesus and you're coming back, don't you stick with the sword? Because everybody's and their mother's got an AR-15. You're Jesus. You're a superhero. You come back, you got a sword, and you're just
Jesus
slashing
is not a
people.
superhero.
I imagine him with like a giant golden sword, like one of the ones that's so oversized. Like maybe it's
No,
just
it's
small.
diamond. It's got spells on it. and
Maybe
stuff.
it's a sword kind of like you see the Marines have in those commercials, like one of those like ceremonial swords like that. But it's just incredibly powerful. Like it
They
slices
nailed
mountains
Jesus
in
to
half.
a cross and killed him. That shit wouldn't take out Superman.
He allowed that to happen.
You think that happened to Green Lantern? No.
They would struggle getting the nails in on Superman.
The fucking Wonder Twins would get out of that situation.
So Jesus has got to. So then Jesus has got to wear body armor, unless
Jesus
he's just
is like Batman of the superheroes. Like,
So how good of a gunfighter will be Jesus?
Jesus, at the very least, is like Claire from Heroes of the superheroes.
What does Claire do? I don't.
You know, she could heal herself.
Oh,
she
so
felt
she's
pain, but
Wolverine.
she
She's Wolverine.
Yeah, she's Wolverine. Yeah, Jesus is Wolverine. That's what I think.
I don't know. He's a weak Wolverine. I mean, 3 days later he came back, and he was like exhausted and starving, and they gave him vinegar or something, right?
I don't think
That's
is that part of
partially
it?
true.
Yeah.
So we shoot Jesus, and then every 3 days we
doesn't-
got to shoot him again.
Wolverine doesn't take 3 days to come back, and he's all exhausted.
This is a different Jesus, though. This is when he's coming back. This is warrior Jesus.
This
when
is
he
the
comes
magic
back.
Jesus, huh?
Yeah, this is full power
Yeah,
Jesus.
Jesus had better step up his game, because I'm not impressed by what happened in the first go-round.
I'll
As
tell
a
you.
matter
No,
of fact,
stop. I got it. I got the perfect metaphor. This is Neo in the Matrix 1. That's who they crucified.
Matrix 2. That's
Matrix
okay.
2 is what's coming back. He's gonna be fucking flying. Cars are gonna be sucked behind him in a whirlwind. He's gonna lay vengeance down. He's gonna be taking on like 8
makes
agents
sense,
at once.
'cause I was gonna say that the Jesus that we saw in the first person, nailed to a cross, wait for 3 days, and then eventually is exhausted and gets drinks and sort of nurtured back to health. That's what could happen to a regular person. Like, even
Neo.
if you're not the son of God, that could happen.
So I have a question that I want to give you guys the situation that happened earlier in the week, and I want your opinions on what is right and what is wrong, and what you would do. So here's what happened. Many of you are familiar with Jeremy. He was in some of the Wings of Redemption weight loss videos. He helped out with those. Well, Jeremy was working for me on Monday. He was driving 2 hours to where I am with lots of supplies that I needed for that day for work. He had all the supplies. It's 7 in the morning, and he gets in a wreck. Now, mind you, this isn't the first wreck that Jeremy's been in. This is one in a line of wrecks, many wrecks. He's totaled vehicles. He's damaged my personal vehicles before.
But wait, Jeremy's driving his personal vehicle with your stuff in the back, and he wrecks.
Yes. It's his personal vehicle with one of his friends' borrowed trailer in tow with my gear in it, and he wrecks this thing on the way. He claims that he was following too closely.
I think you should go easy on him and not charge him for the gear.
The gear. So it didn't damage any of my stuff, but he's wanting me to pay for his damages. So it's probably like $150, $175 to fix the trailer. His truck probably needs $400 or $500 worth of repairs, and he thinks that I should be responsible for this. And normally I would say yes, I am. If it were anyone else, but I just know that the reason that Jeremy wrecked wasn't because of shit just happens kind of stuff while I'm working for you. It's more like he was not paying attention to the road. He was messing with his phone. He had his girlfriend in the car with him, and there's just no excuse to get in a wreck.
Probably traveling over the speed limit like he normally does.
Yeah, he was in the left lane with a trailer in tow, the fast lane in Atlanta on I-85 in the fast lane, and he says someone slammed on the brakes in front of him, and he had to hit the guardrail. I don't think I should have to pay for this shit.
Did a cop show up?
About a dozen times, and he's an extraordinarily dangerous driver. He just doesn't.
Did you know
see things or something?
Did you know you're not allowed to travel over 65 miles an hour with a trailer in tow?
That has to be state to state.
Well, that's in South Carolina, but yeah, most trailer tires are only rated for 65.
That's the other thing. Here's the kicker. So I had to wake my dad up early in the morning, and he had to drive 4 hours round trip to go pick these supplies up from Jeremy's crippled trailer, bring them to me in person, and get back home. When Jeremy finally got back home, he had one of his friends bring him a wheel and tire so that his truck would roll again. He gets back home, and he tries to take the trailer home, but to do so, he has to borrow one of my dad's trailer tires off my dad's trailer. So he borrows a trailer tire and blows it out too. On the way home, he blows my dad's trailer tire out.
I bet it rubbed on something.
It probably did, but if he's still responsible. It's still him doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Should I pay for these damages?
I think you should pay your father until Jeremy's SOL.
That actually is the same thing I had in my head. I think you should hook your dad up. If anyone is innocent in this whole thing, it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You should repay your father. And Jeremy, dude, stop crashing into things. Because look, of course he wants you to pay. As a matter of fact, so Jackie was at a drive-through, and for some reason she had to back up, and she rubbed the side of her 4Runner on this like the concrete poles they have so you don't crash into things. They're like chest high cement, this big. She hit one of those with her car, and it has yellow paint on the side of the fender now. And Kyle, I'd like you to pay. Just would, right? I would prefer that to paying myself.
I think you should ask for a copy of the police report.
I would too.
Because if the police report determines that he was being negligent, then no, you're not.
They
getting
didn't
anything.
do a police report. The police came out and he asked that they not do a police report so that he wouldn't have to be liable for the damages he'd done to the barrier, because he hit one of those barriers that has the big cable system in it and everything.
Oh.
And the police went along with this?
Yeah, the state troopers did. They were like, we're here to do a report. And he's like, do you have to? And they're like, no, we don't have to. You have full coverage? He's like, no, I've got liability. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter anywhere. So let's let him go.
How big of an expenditure would it be for you to cover it for him?
It's $600, $400 to $600.
To you, is that
That's kind of a big deal. I don't want to be shelling out $600 for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's $600 is the beginning to one hell of a vacation.
Yeah.
I get a nice plane ticket.
Could you maybe give him a work it off type deal? Could you loan him $600?
But here's the best part. So the only way he was able to get his truck there to begin with, before he wrecked it, I gave him $275 for car parts to get the truck rolling. He already owes me $275.
If it makes you feel any better, I paid Jeremy to change my brakes, and I had to have another guy fix the work he did.
And I've been away from the house for a few days, and he's supposed to have taken my garbage. He's been told to get that fucking garbage 4 different times. Still hasn't taken the fucking garbage. He's been told 4 different times to clean the valley where we filmed a month ago. Still hasn't cleaned that up.
Yeah. Okay. So no, he's not getting anything. No.
And he's not. And someone needed to drive Kitty yesterday, and her ride backed out on her. Jeremy wouldn't answer his phone. She couldn't get to the doctor. So I'm not happy with Jeremy. He's fucking up.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I'm gonna get a new Jeremy. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find me somebody even more country strong than Jeremy. I'm gonna find somebody with the forearms of Zeus himself. Even more tattoos.
Because I think I can take Jeremy now in the tug of war, Kyle.
No way. There's no way.
My strength has doubled. My strength has doubled, and I could almost take him back then.
I don't know, man. Jeremy's like a pit bull.
Almost could take him when I was at your house. I'm a lot stronger.
So does
now.
anyone think that I should be responsible for any of this?
I do not. It does not sound like this. To me, it sounds like he should have got maybe a traffic ticket or two from that state trooper to go along with his busted up truck.
I think you should. I mean, it would be cool if you compensated your dad for the trailer tire. But I don't think you owe Jeremy any
I wonder
money
if Jeremy had his trailer brake set up.
He probably
No,
didn't have
it
a
wasn't
trailer
that.
with
It was a
brakes.
very small trailer, like the kind you would put like an ATV on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think you owe. I think you should I think you should make your father right again.
He wasn't concerned about that at all. I talked to my dad about the night, and my dad thought I should help him pay for it, and because he was working for me at the time. But I'm like, and even he was swayed when I was like, but he always fucks up. He fucks everything up. I was like, every time I step in shit, I don't look around for somebody to wipe it off, and that's what Jeremy does.
The only counter argument I can give to Jeremy is this: why did you trust him with all your stuff if you know he fucks up?
I know, right? Because it's hard to find help who is available that often for $12 an hour.
Was he on the clock when you were doing this? $12 an hour? Was that being billed?
Well, no, he doesn't get paid for his driving.
You talk shit about my driving. I could have got that trailer there without scratching.
Oh, I know, totally. It might, and I bet you would have gotten up on time. That's the other thing. I'm pretty sure. I'm not there to see when he wakes up.
Wait, your bet was that Wings would have woken up on time?
Well, yeah, when Wings goes to bed at 7 and wakes up at 3, he's good
I'm
to
telling
go in
you,
the
like
morning.
if I needed Wings to get up to like drive me some stuff to my house with a truck and a trailer, which is like that macho manly stuff he likes to get into at 6 a.m., dude, he would be out there wearing red flannel with one of those hats with the ears on it, jumping for joy. He'd have a fucking cup of coffee for me, and it'd be an event. He'd love that shit.
Yeah, he'd be like, I got up at 4:30 this morning just to make sure the tire. I checked all the tire pressures, the oil levels. We're all good to go.
I do that shit though.
Yeah,
I know.
The kind of guy Wings is.
Yeah, if you cleared it with him, like, hey, tomorrow we're gonna do this, and you gave him enough notice, Wings is down.
Like if you told Wings you had to chop some wood tomorrow to keep the fires going, he'd love to do some macho manly shit like that. I guarantee you, he'd have his wood chopping gloves on.
Yep. Or if there's some chickens that need to,
be plucked.
Yep.
Or fucked.
The fact is, Jeremy doesn't respect driving. That's what he doesn't do, and that's why he wrecked. And I don't feel like he deserves money for that.
Yeah, I'm just not happy about it because it was one of those things where like I was already like paying for like 2 or 3 or 4 things for that day, so it was like I just spent like $6,000 today. I don't really need your extra like $600 tacked onto it. It was just ridiculous.
All right. Anyone have a topic?
So the vote is no pay for Jeremy.
No,
you can send him to the local loan place.
All right, I want the fans out there to answer too. I really do want your opinions because I'm torn on this because I like Jeremy. I just feel like he's fucked me too many times.
Could this be the last one? Could this be the last payment for Jeremy? Like, listen, Jeremy, he'd probably understand that, right?
I don't see that, Lefty.
Okay, well,
How many guys would take like stun guns and shit? Jeremy's a champ. He let me choke his ass out.
I think I can find another Jeremy.
But you like this Jeremy?
He's okay.
He's okay.
I mean, I've seen better Jeremys than Jeremy.
Really?
Yeah, $12 an hour labor that's more dependable than Jeremy. Yeah, totally.
Stop by the local like first staffing. Get a
How
temp.
about you get Wings to be your Jeremy?
Jeremy is a professional fuck up, man. You wouldn't believe some of the things. He drove with me across the country in my truck. First thing he did when we get in front of all these people we're there to work with is back my truck into a fence and knock the taillight out. That was like 8 months ago he did that. all the time, stuff like that.
Is that how that happened?
Yeah.
I was scared to death I was gonna get pulled over because of that thing. I'm like, Kitty, is there any guns in the car? Have we double checked?
Probably.
You know, at some point, you just have to feel sorry for Jeremy. You can't be like, you're a fuck up and blah, blah, blah. You just be like, you're just
That's
an
exactly
unlucky...
what it is. Because
like-
he pouts. Woody, when we were fucking with him about his driving in Chicago, remember how he started pouting?
Yeah, but his driving was really bad. He was totally deserving. Like
He
every
was.
15 seconds, there was another near-death event where you're like, what the fuck?
Like we were in this really tight little part of the town where there's parking on the streets with like bars and restaurants, and I think there were even speed humps, and there kept being these instances where he would have to slam on the brakes to keep from rear-ending someone. And Joe and Woody were in the back, and I'm in the front passenger, and we're all just kind of looking at each other every now and then like, he did it again. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I could tell that everybody was getting freaked out. They were worried.
Like once a minute, the driver is slamming on the brakes in a near accident. And it's like, why is this happening? No, maybe Jeremy's just not experienced in driving like in a town or something. I don't know.
Maybe he's having a hard time seeing over the cell phone.
It could be.
So Joe and Woody start giving him shit, and when they did, it's a
And
group
what's comfortable
thing.
is Joe is there, right? Like like Jeremy's a pretty bad motherfucker, but Joe's there, so that's covered.
So that gives Woody a card. That gives
Woody
Woody a
was
free
picking
pass
on-
to pick on
It's
on
like-
Woody
Jeremy.
was picking on Jeremy, knowing that Joe was there to beat up Jeremy if need be.
Pout all you want, motherfucker. Have you met my friend Joe Lozon?
Like they were gonna get a fist fight driving down the fucking road.
You don't know. But yeah, Joe is there. It's all covered. Everything's fine.
Oh god. But yeah, he starts pouting like a child. He's just like, like covers his face up and won't look at you. Like he'll look the other way when he's driving. Gets really quiet. He pouts like a child.
You can't put him down for that. I mean, that's his personality. But you can put him down for $0 on paying it back. That's my judgment.
All right. No money for Jeremy. That's the PKA verdict. We'll see what the fans say.
See what the fans have to say.
Mm-hmm. Woody, I want to know something.
Bring
I
it.
have a question for you. I have a tech question.
A tech question.
Yes. I'm trying to crowdsource money to build a new PC, as everybody knows, and this whole NVIDIA thing got me really excited about the Titan Black Edition.
Right.
Should I spend the money for a Titan Black Edition instead of a 780 Ti?
No. Well,
No?
What resolution are you running?
1920 by 1080, but I could very easily. I've been looking to get new monitors so I can go to a higher resolution. But my thing is the VRAM, because with all the next generation games that are coming out, Fallout 4, GTA 5 coming to PC, I was doing some research, and a lot of people on video card forums were saying, everybody says 2 gigabytes is more than enough or whatever, right? And that was the thing a year ago, 2 years ago, 2 gigabytes more than enough. But then when people started doing heavy-duty modding to games like Skyrim, they realized, holy crap, heavy-duty mods can eat up 2 gigabytes of video RAM very quickly. And I thought, well, that was 2 years ago. When GTA 5 comes out and there's mods for that, and Fallout 4 comes out and eventually there's going to be mods for that.
And the 780 Ti has 3 and the
3.
Titan has 6, right?
Right. Ti has 3, Titan has 6. Because I've got an MSI 680 that has 4 gigabytes now, and that runs everything flawlessly, no problem. But 780 Ti with 3 gigabytes would be a downgrade in that regard. They're the similar on number of CUDA cores, so rendering I think would be similar between the Ti and the Titan Black, but I don't know.
The price difference is what, $300?
Yep, 300. And video RAM doesn't stack. That's the other thing I saw.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's changed, but it doesn't stack like it.
That'll never change. You talking about for SLI?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shucks, man. I still feel like if you're running 1080p or 1440p, that 3 gigs is going to last you certainly through your next upgrade.
Okay.
That's my take on it. Now, if you're interested in a 4K monitor, or you want to do 3 1080p or 1440p monitors and actually game on all 3, then maybe the Titan Black. But if you're just playing on one monitor, even at 1440p, I think you'll get a new graphics card before games don't run well in it.
Okay. 780 Ti it is then.
Yeah, that's my take on it.
You just saved $300.
And I am an NVIDIA fanboy. Like, you didn't ask that question, but gosh, I've tried both. They run cooler. They're quieter. They just work great. I've had better experience with the drivers. I'm an NVIDIA guy, and I have no NVIDIA sponsorship, but
I am too.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. But and then if you render with them, they do so great with the Adobe suite of products, like whether it be Photoshop or Photoshop speeds it up, but Photoshop's so fast anyway. I don't really have issues with it. Maybe I'm only doing stupid thumbnails and such, but for videos, the difference is huge.
Let me ask you this, Lefty. What are you doing with your old card?
My 680?
Yes.
It's going to stay in this PC, in the PC I have now, which is
I was trying to score hand-me-down. Come on now.
You've got two 680s, don't you?
Doesn't he have a 690?
I got one 680.
Well, if you don't have, I think if the video RAM is different, you can't SLI them. I think. I'm not sure, but it's staying in this one for now. Or I might swap because I gave my girlfriend my old 580. I might put that back in this one because this one, my PC now, wouldn't need a kick-ass graphics card to do rendering and stuff, or to do video encoding for streaming. So I don't know. We'll see. But we're getting closer and closer now that a lot of people, my streaming game is on point. A lot of people are coming out and subscribing and donating, which thank you all very much. I love you. Big heart.
Lefty Ox.
Lefty 643.
867. What is it again?
It's twitch.tv/lefty643.
643.
YouTube.com/leftyox. The fact that you all talk about my bad branding is good branding, damn it.
Right, just like Sneaky T.
Right, see, there we go. He got his money's worth, so have I. Damn it.
Hey, Ukraine. Big stuff going on there.
Yeah, the revolution is over.
Is it?
They're claiming that they just repelled Russian forces and pro-Russian militia groups from their territories, like as if there was some sort of battle and the Russians were invading the Ukraine.
Did you not see the Russian helicopters headed to the Ukraine?
I don't watch TV.
Neither do I. It was on Reddit. Let me see if I can find it.
I haven't been on Reddit today. I've been playing Skyrim all day actually. Just really killing a lot of people. Just milking a lot of people. No, I'm on my Xbox.
You teased me a little bit there, and
I'm ready to roll. I've just got to set my PC up. That's literally it.
I don't know. There might be some mods out there that might be different, but I've played Skyrim on PC and Xbox. I prefer it on Xbox.
No, I think I haven't played it on PC, and I just think I will prefer it there because the loading screens are terrible. My game freezes up on me probably at least once every 4-hour gaming session, and
it's just going to crash on you on the PC.
I like to play as a mage or an archer, so it's going to be better.
You can hotkey on the Xbox. You realize that, right?
Yeah, but it's not nearly as fast as what I can do on a keyboard or my MMORPG mouse.
It runs and plays better on the PC, but like I said, it'll crash about every 2 hours.
Like I need like 6 to 8 spells in one encounter, so it'd be nice to have hotkeys. I love that game.
So
I'm
Russia.
a big Skyrim fan.
Let's see. One Ukrainian official claimed late on Friday that 2,000 Russian troops had arrived in Crimea. Crimea. During the course of the day in 13 Russian aircraft.
Check this out.
Oh, I want to see this.
I'll put it on my screen too. You can see it gets better at like 15-20 seconds in. And you're like, oh, look, here come like 4 Russian helicopters. Oh, wait, there's like 4 more behind that. Oh, wait. And it's just like, oh, my goodness. You know what a helicopter with a minigun can do?
Oh, damn.
A lot more than the police with riot gear?
A lot more than the police with riot gear. They just keep coming and coming and coming. And assuming this is more than just troop transport, assuming that these things have, and some of them clearly have offensive capability. I'm looking at the guns; they look like Apaches almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are like attack helicopters.
Yeah,
They'd be called Cobras in Russian.
They're called what you said?
Cobras.
Cobras. Okay.
Are you sure?
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Doesn't sound very Russian.
You have the EH-64 Apache, and then you have the Cobra in Hind D.
No, the Cobra, I think, is an American one. The Cobra was was the Huey with rockets on it. Was the original Cobra. I think the Hind is the Russian attack helicopter. It's like a flying tank. It's insane.
So anyway, helicopters pouring into the Ukraine now. And I guess that maybe they're what they repelled. I'm not sure.
That's crazy.
American media has totally made the people who are rebelling against their government out to be innocent, right? Like, oh, look at them. The police are shooting them. They're snipers. They have, rubber bullets and stuff. Dude, the protesters are at war too. Like, it goes both ways. The protesters have guns. The protesters have Molotov cocktails. The protesters are not messing around.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was like, hey, look, there is what looks like it could be the start of a civil war over in the Ukraine, instead of, oh my God, these police are bullying protesters.
Yeah, especially that looks insane. That's like, because you go to air shows and you see stuff like that, but actual looking at military machines doing what they were intended to do in a non screwing around capacity it's pretty surreal. But Woody, there are videos of they were the special operations version of the Ukrainian Kiev police under the direct control, I believe, of the acting government. But there are videos of clearly unarmed protesters being shot and killed and just going lights out. And it's some pretty moving stuff.
Hiding behind like thin aluminum trash can lids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what is it with the shields that the protesters have.
A lot of them they got them from the police, like from the riot cops.
Well, they might be legit shields, but I see them with ever see like the plastic 55-gallon drum type things?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they cut that and make a shield out of it. It's a piece of plastic. Unless someone's throwing a rock at them, it offers no protection whatsoever.
But I was wrong. This is the helicopter, the Mi-24. That's what Russia uses now.
Yeah. That's some. Let's see, what is that? Oh, that's some serious business right there. Wow. Isn't that cool that we can make things do that?
What, destroy things?
No, that's a flying machine that uses turbines to drive 2 different propellers to create lift, and then we can control it and make it do what we want, kind of.
That is a war machine. That's what a literal war machine looks like.
I'll be right back. You guys carry on.
No, it changed its name to War Machine. That's what it did.
I'm just saying, but think about it.
I think that the guy named War Machine is a literal war machine.
I don't think he could take one of these M24s here, Kyle.
Or no, is he?
You can go to Russia, probably buy one.
You think he could take one of these Mi-24s? I think it would just shoot him.
As long as it was hand-to-hand, no weapons.
Yeah, he's just running up and punching the airframe of it. But what?
You ever see like some of those Iraqi ones with our Apaches, and like you see these guys are standing around talking, and it's like you see dirt kick up beside them, and they don't even know the helicopter's there. It's so fucking far away. They're getting their shit ruined.
Yeah, there's some great videos on there of Apache gunships. The AC-130 footage is really cool. There's a lot of combat footage.
It almost makes you feel bad.
I like the aircraft stuff. Well, yeah, you never, and sometimes you can see that they're up to no good. Like there's one where you watch them place like a roadside bomb, and then it goes up, and they're like discussing whether they should shoot them or not, and then the bomb goes off like accidentally and kills them, and they're like, oh, never mind.
Wow.
But this thing said they built 2,300 of these Mi-24s, and there's like, what is that? Almost 12 in that one country. So they're putting some serious devotion into whatever's happening.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're separate countries now. This is no longer the USSR just moving around the USSR. This is,
this is
Ukraine
military
is a separate-
helicopters moving over across, rival
Sovereign.
borders. That's what this is.
I don't know, man. Things could get really interesting in the Ukraine.
It's going to be really fucking genocide. What's going to happen?
Well, but I mean,
I don't think Ukraine has a military force, does it?
I bet it does.
Yeah.
Why would they let these guys just fly in over their airspace like this without contesting?
Well, they're certainly not as big as the Russian military, I would assume. And there's kind of a whole, the government has been overthrown. The body that controls the arms that is the military is in complete disarray right now. That's probably why the Russians are capitalizing.
Putin wants to put him a Russian guy right there and be like, oh, you're...
So I think the Ukraine is positioned right between Russia and Europe. And traditionally, the Ukraine has kind of been aligned with Russia, right? They're not a NATO country. They're like, maybe they were part of the Soviet Union. And now Russia's Russia, Ukraine's Ukraine. But the people of Ukraine are kind of divided. Some want to become a Western country and join NATO, and some want to stay with Russia. And that's what the Civil War is about.
You think this could spark World War III?
No.
I mean, little countries what started the first two.
I hear you, but it seems like the Ukraine does this every couple of years. There's always some sort of unrest over there, and it either gets squashed or they just back off. I mean, I don't think the West wants to fight about Ukraine.
It's not in the West, it's NATO.
That's the West.
I guess you could construe them as the West. I consider us being the West.
Yeah. So, but yeah, anyway, crazy stuff going on over there. And, the gun enthusiasts in America, can't wait for that shit to happen. But I think the people over there are not enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't think
it's not going well over there. I did see when they took the president's mansion or whatever, they were playing on his golf course and hanging out in his house. That was funny.
That's always kind of surreal, isn't it? When stuff like that happened, when the American troops went into Iraq, and suddenly we're in his palace and stuff, and it's well, huh? You can just disrespect his palace because you beat him in a war. Those are the rules.
Yeah, you lost. It was really weird. I saw a picture of there were protesters, dead protesters, because you were talking about how it's not fun really for anybody, despite what American gun nuts say over here. It was really just a creepy thing, or eerie to see that there were these bodies and you could still see they weren't, they were still. You could tell a couple hours earlier in the day they were like, I'm ready to fight a revolution. And the bodies were covered in a bed sheet over their upper halves, but you could still see they had knee pads and camo pants and stuff, and it was just it's like they were ready. They died. That is somebody dying there or dead for a revolutionary cause, and it was.
It's weird to see dead people, isn't it? You know what gets me? The pictures of them actively dying. So. If I see death afterwards, I'm kind of desensitized to it. But I remember this guy, I think he was doing a BMX jump off a half pipe over the Great Wall of China. And it didn't work out. And the picture was everywhere of him, I think, they do a BMX backflip. They kind of arch their back and it helps guide the bike around. And you could see him looking backwards, where he was going to stick his landing. And this was on Yahoo, Google, front page of everything. It was this really big stunt that he was doing that didn't go well. To see him looking at the ground to stick his landing, and I just wonder what's going through his head. I think that's when he's discovering, oh no, I'm not going to hit this landing. I am not on course to land where I want to land. And I'm watching pre-death, and it's so spooky. Because the guy died. He didn't make his jump. It's over. What is everyone surfing the web? Kyle's not talking. Lefty's surfing the web.
I want to see.
I'm trying to find this picture.
Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Trying to find this picture.
Oh, he's a meme? Taking part in China's National Day celebrations, Wang Jiaxiong, 30 years old, rolled a BMX bike down a 240-foot ramp attempting to jump the Great Wall of China. As he left the top of the ramp, he was over 100 feet above the ground. Jiazhong was the second of 2 riders attempting the stunt that day. The first rider cleared the wall without incident and touched ground safely in a special landing pen filled with a large form of foam pads. I'm sorry if I'm continue to butcher this name, but it's still in there. Okay, the BMX rider was not. The second guy was not so lucky. On his attempt, he flew from the takeoff ramp and reached an apex of 138 feet high, clearing the wall with ease. But to the shock of hundreds of onlookers, he also cleared the foam landing area, a safety zone 250 long and 70 feet wide, providing enough coverage the stunt coordinators had calculated for any possible undershooting or overshooting of the wall. He let go of his bike to land himself within the safety area. Instead, he landed headfirst in the shrubbery, rocky hillside. Spectators and event officials dragged him out of the bushes, and he died several hours later at a nearby hospital.
Ow. How many people were watching?
It was in China, so probably a lot.
At least 40, because there's 40 in this picture.
Yeah, it was like their national. It was like a nationalistic day, so there's probably a lot of people there.
I think I see a picture. It's not how I described it. He had sort of abandoned his bike in midair.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he's still riding it. He just doesn't know where it's at.
Do you see a picture?
Yeah,
link it up.
Yeah, I see it. If anybody wants to test out their morbid ability, or just if you just want to see eerie stuff, I believe I've talked about it on the show before, but it was a while ago. Yeah. Bud Dwyer is the video of Bud Dwyer. And
Scroll down a little bit, Woody. There's a full color one.
Be careful when you search it. It's NSFL, and but yeah, that's the one.
What did Bud Dwyer do?
He blew his brains out on television.
Oh yeah,
You're talking about the old guy in the black and white that had it in like a little.
Oh yeah.
He had like a 6-inch revolver.
Stay back now. This thing's dangerous.
Oh yeah, and then just
that's not safe for work. Come on, that's like daytime TV.
He blows his brain out, and then you see the blood coming out of his nose and the exit wound at the top of his head.
Yeah, but it's not that bad. I've seen much worse. Like, you ever seen the guys that blow their head off with shotguns? Now, that's not safe for work.
Oh, my God.
But the point is, you go from watching a living, breathing, conscious human who was so broken by what had transpired in the previous 6 months.
Was he a dirty politician? Is that what his deal was?
They thought he was. Yeah, they came after him because they thought he was, and they were going to ruin him. And it was later revealed that he probably wasn't. There was strong evidence that he was actually one of the people that was like, no, this is wrong. I don't want to take any part of this. I think it was contract dollars. I want to say for government contracts. But yeah, but you go from living, breathing, conscious human speaking, all the things that we normally do, and then the cameraman zooms in and you just see nothing, and he's just gone. It's really, for me, it was. That's when I knew. I'm like, yep, video games haven't messed me up. I'm not desensitized. I could not. I could probably take a life in the heat of the moment, but it would definitely screw me up.
I'll tell you the one that's always fucked me up. I never could watch again. There's this movie series called Faces of Death, and before I say this, I know some of those were set up, but this was one of the ones that they didn't set up. It was obviously stock footage they've gotten from Mexico, but basically this ransom tape from this girl in Mexico, this Spanish woman, sit there crying and pleading for somebody to give her the ransom money or whatever. It was in Spanish. I couldn't understand it, but this guy pulls a revolver in at the front of it and just pow shoots her right in the head on the ransom tape. That was the coldest shit I've ever seen.
Who was the reporter? I think he was from the New York Times, and the Al Qaeda or the Taliban cut his head off.
Nick Berg.
Yeah, that was a pretty rough one.
He sawed his head off with a knife.
He was screaming for mercy.
It's the gargling that got me.
Yeah. Oh man, Faces of Death. I remember in high school, we watched these. They were old driving films. So
Blood on the Highway.
I'm in high school in like the 90s, and these films were from like the 60s. And you watch this person die after die after die. Like for
Isn't
example,
that the one with the guy with the pipes that go through the back window?
Yes. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So the one with the pipes that went through the back window was a bad one. But what impacted me the most were the flames. Like they were pulling bodies out in driving position that were like charred in driving position. So as they were carrying them out, holding like under their armpits and by their feet, they were sort of staying firm at the waist in like a driving position. And it was like, wow, I just kept seeing that again and again. Like all these people who were burned to death in their cars. It was, I don't know, it had an impact on me.
I heard that's what fucks you up the most as a firefighter.
Ah, yeah.
The smell of it.
And seeing the wreckage. Yeah, you think of firefighting as like the fun part, you know, running into houses and saving kittens and stuff.
Yeah,
But-
those are the guys where, like, you know, there's a car accident and someone gets splattered on the highway. They're out there with a shovel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hard part of the job, actually. It's like all the auto accidents, all the medical emergencies and stuff. Like I think the fire part is the fun part. No one's scared of fire.
That's why so many firemen become pyromaniacs and perform
Yeah.
arson. Start
Yeah.
their own fires. That's how that works.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, fire's not that frightening to me. Like that's not the scary thing of that
Yeah,
job.
but
It's
we're
the-
not Neanderthals anymore, though.
Yeah, I remember in high school they were saying that I think they taught girls that if they were being raped to scream fire, because if you scream rape, some people will be scared of the rapist, but if you scream fire, everyone comes running.
Yeah, I've always heard that.
Have you heard
Really?
that too?
Never heard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, everybody says that. You know it's true. If I heard rape, you know, if you hear
Yeah.
rape, a lot of people won't come. Most women are not going to come. If
Right,
they
you
hear
scream,
rape.
help me, help me,
I
help
ain't gonna
me.
get raped. But
If you're just
you know,
screaming
said
help
fire.
me, you're like, wow, there's a dangerous situation over there. But if you scream fire, everyone wants to run into a burning.
I would come if they
Fire.
scream rape.
I like fire.
Yeah, I would too. Especially
Yeah,
if
you
I'm
think you could do
armed.
that? Would you go just like would you just go into a rage if you saw somebody trying to rape a woman? Would you just go grab them and try to beat the shit out
Yeah,
of
I
them?
think I'd soccer kick him right in the face.
I think I had to do a flying drop kick, a big 400-pound flying drop kick while they're
Jeez,
trying
Like
to rape.
Macho Man just running and just boom.
You ever see that? You ever see that meme? It's like a Vine video where this guy's like, he's like trying to fight this guy's bigger brother. He's like, I'm gonna get my brother on you. He's like, where is he? He's right there. And he like turns around. This guy comes in, jumps, kicks him right in the chest.
No,
Is
you
it-
need to find that link.
Let's see if we find it.
Is that real?
I hope it's real.
Yeah, I need to see this.
I couldn't. He got muted when he typed. I don't know what he said.
Oh,
Yeah.
here's the quick version of it. I got it right here.
Link it.
Here's the quick
Link.
version of it. It's not very good quality, but
Oh dear. Oh.
Wow. Look at the related videos. Look at the related videos.
Wow, that is a lot of ass.
A lot of ass.
And damn.
oh my lord.
Is that what Vine is? Just like softcore porn?
Damn you, YouTube, you
Oh.
dirt.
Mother
but, like-
of God.
There's a longer video of this that actually shows this kid like almost beating the other brother up.
I see these vines all the time, and what I see a lot of YouTube are these Vine compilations.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
love
how do they not get hit for copyright? They really just rip off other people's videos and put them together and call it theirs.
Oh, I would love to kick a racist like that though. I mean a rapist.
I love watching those. Wings really wants to hurt a rapist.
We saw that Vine and was like, yes.
Do you think you could torture someone, Wings?
Oh, it depends on what they did. I could definitely do it.
What do you think the most effective manner of torture, if you're just trying to get
yeah.
information, is?
Soda bottle up the nose.
Soda bottle up the nose.
Water bottle, waterboard with soda. Huh?
No, just take it, let it go right up the nose. You do that 2 or 3 times, they'll be ready to talk.
What kind of soda? What kind of soda?
Something like a Pepsi or something really.
Dr. Pepper, right? Come on.
No, Coke is
all of it would
harsher.
hurt.
Dr. Pepper. Nothing's as harsh as Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper's pretty harsh, yeah. Orange soda, maybe?
Something that's got a lot of carbonation with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting Dr. Pepper. And Mr. Pibb.
I always thought the best one would be if there's 2 of them. It's a little bit morbid, okay? So you 2 of them, you sit them down in a chair, you've got a handgun, and you're trying to get information out of A and his partner B, right? Well, you're trying to talk to A, and A is not cooperating, so you just put the gun down, muzzle down on B's knee, and pull the trigger. Put one right in his knee. Then he starts screaming and screaming, and he's crying and sobbing, and then you still talk. Then you go back to talking to A. Now B isn't going to shut up because he's got a bullet in his knee, and he's screaming and crying, and you tell him, B, shut up, and you keep asking A questions, still not cooperating. Well, if he doesn't cooperate, then if B is still just whimpering and crying, you just look at him and put a bullet in his forehead, and then say, now are you ready to talk?
And A's like, I didn't even know that guy. What is your problem?
This is an experiment. I just pulled you two off the street. You're two random people, but you have to answer my questions.
Lefty's messed up.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Another one I would do
I
is
wouldn't
like
like it afterwards, but
You ever do the tourniquet one, where you put like a leather belt with a stick and you just keep tightening it and tightening it and tightening it until the blood's just gonna start cut off? I'm like, man, that hand's getting awful fucking purple there, dude. I want to start talking.
then you get a big butcher knife, and you're like, I can cut it off. The blood will stop. It's gonna hurt really
I did
bad.
it to Wing's enormous balls, though. Twisted.
What if you were to drive spikes into the beach and then tie their hands and ankles to them, cut off one eyelid, and let his eyeball slowly dehydrate, and then make him talk, or he cut off the other eyelid?
I think they're more willing to talk if you don't make them lose something permanently. You cut my eyelid off, I might just die because I just don't want to have to give you the information.
Wait, do you want effective interrogation, or do you want just, I want to fuck with this person as much as I can?
I don't know anymore. I don't like this.
Because don't at some point they just tell you whatever you want to hear, and that doesn't really fix anything. If you want answers to questions that they only know, then there's got to be other ways. I would think. I don't know. Abu Ghraib. What was that?
Abu
the prison?
Ghabi, I think.
Abu Ghraib.
Or Abu Ghraib. I don't know.
Take a little burlap sack, fill it with salt, and put it over their head, and tilt their head back.
What did they do? They threw panties with ketchup on it or blood on it and said it was like a female's period blood or something.
They were just kind of sadistic, right? I think they just liked messing with them. They liked torture. They enjoyed the process.
No.
They liked the reactions they got out of the guys and stuff. It was like just picking on them.
Bamboo shards under the fingernails.
I've heard that's brutal. I've heard that's a particularly brutal one, yeah.
No,
tear toenails off.
I really think that I would fold under torture very quickly.
I'd fold before the torture happened.
I'm not Mel Gibson in Payday.
No. Or Braveheart.
Oh.
He didn't really get tortured there. He just got killed.
He got tortured. I think they castrated him first.
Oh.
That's a rough one.
Yeah.
See, if you've seen Payday on TBS or something, you don't get to see the full torture scene. They cut it out.
Yeah.
But
he smashed his toes with that big hammer. Started to look like
I got a thing. Who watched House of Cards season 2?
Me, every bit. Yep.
Oh, it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was so good. I'm watching House of Cards. I'm going to try not to spoil it for you people. But you've all heard my Game of Thrones talk and criticism, which is a whole freaking year goes by and the White Walkers move 10 feet, right? Nothing happens. In House of Cards, stuff happens. That storyline has advanced.
Oh, yeah. A lot. Yeah, a lot.
Like, across the 2 years, you think about where he was and where he is, it's awesome. Like, they've done a really good job with that show. I will say, season 2, a little light on the sex.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a little light on the sex.
Yeah.
Got that. I liked all the computer hacking stuff. I like that we still got to keep seeing certain characters naked even after they were dead. And I liked how it ended. I thought it ended really strongly.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do a second viewing on it. But
I just started viewing season 1 all over again, and it's really cool to knowing what the whole plan is, seeing him formulate it, and he's like, "There's going to be a lot of late nights." She's like, "Yeah, I knew that was going to be part of it." All right, I'm gonna go put on a new suit, get started, and from that moment, he is working toward what happens at the end of season 2.
Can you guys hear that on my mic?
A little,
yes. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I think dinner's almost ready. The fire alarm just went off.
Woody, I saw an interesting stat, speaking of Game of Thrones, that estimates show that only 2% of Netflix. Was it Netflix viewers or people that watch House of Cards? Probably Netflix viewers binge watched House of Cards.
What is binge watching defined
in the
as,
first
though?
weekend? They watched the entire second season in 2 days.
It took me longer than that. I had work to do.
Me too.
So, do you think that like binge watching is what a lot of hardcore fans do with Netflix series, but do a lot of people do that?
Yeah, I think there's a difference between what they were looking at is the people who watch the entire season in a 2-day period. But what most people like to do, I think, is to watch 1 or 2 or 3 episodes because, you know, especially with a show like that, a lot of times the episodes end with a cliffhanger, and it's like, fuck this, I want to know what happens.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I mean, it was a long time. What were there, like, how many episodes were in the second season? Like 18 or something?
12 at least.
Maybe it was only 12. I thought it was a little more than normal, like 14 or 18 or something like that. And I wouldn't want to wait 18 weeks for that stuff. You know, it took me like 2 weeks to watch it all. That's good. Imagine if we were only on show 2 right now. It's the horseshit.
Yeah, that would be shitty. That's how I am with, I don't know if you've started yet, but True Detectives on HBO. Also a very, very good show. Woody Harrelson and... I love it.
The first 3 episodes move so slow, and I hear episode 4 is moving more quickly, but I can't stay awake through it.
Episode 4 is great. What about that naked Woody Harrelson's girlfriend?
I must not have been awake at that point. I don't remember.
You missed that?
I guess so.
Wow.
True Detective is so losing me. It's pretty much just watching Woody Harrelson not want to talk all fucking show long. And after
Dude, that's
4
one
hours
episode.
of it,
That's one episode.
it's every episode. Both of them just sit there with their fake. I don't know. I talk like this with my teeth covered all the time, and I'm grumpy. It's like, seriously, that's your fucking method acting? That's you playing every character you can play, Woody Harrelson?
That's who he is. He's from Kentucky.
I like Woody Harrelson.
That's not who he was when he was on
him.
Cheers. That's not who he was earlier in his career. He just switched over to that jackass, and I don't know.
I like it, man. I like Woody Harrelson. I think
I
he's
liked
a
him
good
in
actor.
Kingpin. I thought
hell
that was
yeah.
a great
Yeah.
movie.
I
That was
liked
a
him in Natural
fantastic
Born
film.
Killers.
Thank you.
I didn't see it.
Ooh.
Didn't see it.
Oliver
Are you
Stone.
okay?
I like him in. I watched
the.
I finally started watching the Hunger Games stuff. I wanted more of Woody Harrelson. I was like, screw this Jennifer Lawrence broad. I want to see more Woody Harrelson's character.
Screw this Jennifer Lawrence broad. I accept your terms.
But I was like, I want to see more of this drunken douchebag character. I want to explore that more because I like Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, I do think that he should have played a bigger role than he did, but
Maybe he will get to now that that one guy killed himself.
For those of you who are not Woody's Gamertag, True Detectives is a great show on HBO. It is a little bit slow, but it's a hyper realistic show. It feels like an updated version of the X-Files almost to me, like one drawn out episode of the X-Files because it is kind of paranormal. It's just weird and dark and scary.
I need to watch it some more, I guess. I think I need to give it another shot. But with the
It's
exception
Matthew
of Game of
McConaughey
Thrones,
and Woody Harrelson trying to solve these, weird occult killings.
I feel like a drawn-out episode of the X-Files might be a decent description because it moves so slow. And HBO Go is just not keeping up with Netflix in terms of show quality. With
Do you
the
go into
exception of Game of Thrones?
About once a month, I like to go into the movies and change the search parameter to like most recently added, and there's usually a movie or two there that's pretty good.
Netflix is greater than HBO Go.
Over the long haul, yeah. Initially, there's some high quality entertainment on HBO. If you've never seen stuff like The Sopranos,
Yeah, if you've never seen The Sopranos,
Entourage.
what's the
Entourage.
Hardwire? What is that one?
The Pacific, Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers was good. Eastbound and Down.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you're
that's
into that.
I am. I've seen every season.
But yeah, it's a few. But Woody, Netflix is going to force internet users to pay more for their internet now because Netflix Netflix is probably going to go up in price now that they've signed
you said
a
it
peering
wrong.
contract. Sorry, yeah, Netflix is going to sign a contract with peering, right? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
With Comcast, I believe. Which, you know what, Comcast? and Verizon and Time Warner, people pay you for a service. Don't bitch when they want to use that service. We pay, whatever you pay for an internet bandwidth a month. Don't complain, don't bitch, and don't say, wow, we're going to have to start charging more, and Netflix should help shoulder the costs of all this stuff. You gave that service to people. You said, yes, I can provide this to you in exchange for money. You have no standing to come out and say, well, we gave them this service package and we promised them and they're giving us money, but now they're using it? What is this? This is crazy. They got to pay more. Blah, blah, blah. That's ridiculous. Fuck you, Comcast. Fuck you, Time Warner. The same thing now. Fuck you, Verizon. Fuck all of you.
So here's
bastards.
how it works. If you could picture the internet, this is the United States internet, it's like a spider web on top of the United States. And they have all these connection points. And then there are a bunch of spider webs overlapping each other. The spider webs are Time Warner, Verizon, GTT, Cogent, TINet, etc. Now, since we're talking about Comcast, they have their own spider web, and they like to push traffic around on theirs because that's where they own it and they sort of put together. But the connection point between Comcast and Cogent, which is what Netflix uses, is that they come together. Now, typically, historically, these tier 1 providers let traffic flow over each other's networks for free. But a lot of people are telling Cogent, like, look, you give us so much traffic that it's become unbalanced. You should start paying us because we're transporting all your data for you. You send so much traffic via Netflix to like my subscribers' houses that it's no longer fair. That you should start paying us to transport, where our spider webs touch each other. And because there's net neutrality and they can't slow down Netflix traffic, they can't do that. What they do instead is they say where our networks connect, the overlapping spider webs analogy, we're going to put cheap routers there, or we're never going to upgrade our routers. And it becomes a bottleneck so that Cogent can't push all the Netflix data it wants to Comcast. So Netflix has a solution. And their thing is like, look, if you don't want to carry this data so far over your network, we will put caching units. We'll put computers in your data center, Comcast, so that you don't have to push the data very far. And it's going to have like 80% of what people watch, right? Netflix, of course, has, I don't know how many movies, approximately 1 trillion. But people are watching House of Cards, Hunger Games, like, the whatever, 200 most popular things account for the bulk of the traffic. So they'll put that stuff there next to the homes so that they don't have to have it transfer all the way from Cogent's network to Comcast's. 2 ways you can look at it. One, why would you turn down this free machine that Netflix wants to give you and solve your problem for you? The other is, well, wait a minute. Netflix's solution is that they get free hosting in your data center. I mean, I run one of the best Minecraft servers ever seen in the history of the universe. I'd love to get that deal. I'd love it if I said, you know what? I'll cut you a break, Comcast. For free, I'll put my servers in your data center right next to your customers, and you won't have to carry the traffic. It's such a deal for you. You host my computers for me for free. So there's 2 ways to look at it. Either they're solving your network problem, or they're asking for free room in your data center where you manage my computers for me.
Why don't they pay to put their computers there?
That's what they ended up doing. Now, not exactly that, but instead they paid Comcast with the understanding that they would improve their routers where the spider webs connect.
Okay.
And
what's that gonna, as the buck passes to the consumer, what's that gonna look like?
One thing that could happen is Netflix prices go up because now Netflix is paying. It started with Comcast, but who knows where it's going, right? Time Warner comes next, Verizon, AT&T, etc. If I'm Time Warner, I say, hey, I had the same problem that Comcast did. You just paid them. Now pay me. And that's just going to go everywhere until Netflix starts paying for all the bandwidth that they use. And Lefty made a good argument. Like, I pay Time Warner for 50 down, 5 up, right? I accept my terms. This is the deal. You don't get to say, oh, we'll give you 50 down, 5 up, but not to them. Because they're so popular, we would prefer it if you didn't actually use that service. It's like, no. This is my connection to the internet. This is what I'm paying for. Provide it.
And our companies like Comcast, Time Warner, they're the same thing, but it's easier for everybody. But Verizon, AT&T, are they really above when they come to these peering agreements with Netflix? Like you said, Woody, they probably all are going to. Are they really above also passing on the upgrade costs to the consumers as well? Like, oh, we had to add new infrastructure to our network, so we're $5 a month more now. I mean, broadband service has been increasing for a long time anyways, but the idea of, well, pay us so that we can provide this infrastructure upgrade, which they could provide anyway because they're making record profits, but pay us, Netflix, to provide this infrastructure upgrade, and then also pay us more consumers so that we can provide this infrastructure upgrade. They are figuratively having their cake and eating it too, or maybe literally. I don't know. Figuratively, I think is probably still right there.
Yeah.
But that's clear, given how they've handled pretty much everything else. It is almost certain that there's going to be a price hike in broadband internet for consumers just by the very nature of this peering agreement, where they're going to upgrade all this stuff. It's
just because you don't trust them.
More. Yeah.
Netflix pays them to upgrade their network. They're going to be like, oh, we have a better network now. We're going to start charging. They might.
And that's I don't know. What's the thing that they don't want? What do ISPs really hate? Is that common carrier status? Are they trying to avoid that like the plague? Would that make them fully regulatable?
Yeah, you are right. This is an American thing, but the government wants to call, or if the government brands them as a common carrier like they do the phone companies, and all of a sudden they're mandated to provide service to unprofitable areas. Like where I live, I don't know if you guys ever seen my walking vlogs or something. Most of these homes have like a quarter acre. It's called medium density housing, or apartments, which would be high density housing. Cable companies love them because you run a wire to an apartment building, and all of a sudden you have 1,000 customers. Or in my area, you run a wire to a block, and all of a sudden you get a dozen customers. What they don't like is where Wings lives, where like every half mile you get one customer. And that's expensive by comparison.
So they're trying to avoid that like the plague. And, I saw a critique of our view on internet and government, involvement in it. And I think number one, we're in favor of government hybrid private things. Government giving rights of way to private corporations like Google, like new players that want to get in the game. And government being more open to those people and saying, yeah, go ahead, here's the rights of way to pull your cable. Oh, you want permits to close down this road from midnight to 4 a.m? Sure, so you can pull cable? Go ahead, here it is. Go. That's what these municipalities like Kansas City, Provo, and all the Google fiber cities are doing. It's not like Kansas City is in the internet business now. They've just been they gave Google the keys to the city and said, here you go. Whatever you need, you got it. Pull internet for us and give us something better.
But back to the original topic, like Netflix and these ISPs were butting heads, and Netflix blinked. They said, look, if our customers aren't getting a great experience, we'll start paying for it. And I guess
that's
kudos
good
to
guy
Netflix.
Yeah.
Right?
So am I ever going to have good internet? Is that going to happen?
No. No, Netflix solved the problem on the backbone, and you have a problem in the last mile.
That's a shame.
Yep. So
until the government starts treating internet companies as, first of all, they have to say, well, internet service isn't a luxury item. It's a necessity. Can we move past the idea that driving's a privilege? No, driving isn't a privilege. Everybody needs to drive to get to places to do things. That's just we've moved past that, I think.
I saw it written like this. They're like, no, people no longer do things on the internet. The internet is a part of everything we do. People just do things, right? Mm-hmm. If you work, it's not like you work on the internet. I don't know if you guys, probably haven't. If you ever work in an office when the network is down, it's like recess. You can't do anything. You're fucking done. The internet's down. What are you going to do? You can't work. There's nothing happening there. You had to freaking ball up some papers and play dodgeball or something. It's recess. That's what it's like now. The internet is not some sort of, luxury item. or non-necessary thing. It is essential to everything you do. It's how you talk to your loved ones. It's how you talk to your friends. It's how you play games. It's how you capture your entertainment. It's how you do your work. It's how you live, learn, work, and play. The internet does that for you. The idea that, it should be treated as an optional thing is out of date.
And so treat
Yeah, I
them
don't
like
know what
comment.
kids do. I don't know what kids without computers and the internet do. Like when they're in school? Like
Oh,
how do you
great.
even...
Now we're going to hear... Do you realize how many first world issues we're going to hear now? First world problem, first world. Yes.
Yeah, it's just a modern day problem, I mean, you need those things in modern day times.
I don't know. My lights went out for like 2 days this month, 2 weeks ago.
What was that like?
It sucks ass, dude. It sucks tremendous amounts of ass. You know what I did I went and tried to find trees to pull out the road because there was nothing to do. The house was cold.
You did do that. I knew you did it.
I know what I'd be doing. I'd be playing Scrabble. I'd be
What? The dark?
Yeah, it'd be candlelight Scrabble, and we'd barbecue. It'd be a great time.
Oh, what about glow-in-the-dark Scrabble? Can you imagine if you just Scrabble, whoever makes Scrabble, is it Parker Brothers or whoever? Take Scrabble boards and Scrabble pieces now come sprayed with glow-in-the-dark treatment now.
Nah, just put tritium in them. I want a good set.
Yeah, put them in, and now when the power goes out, hey, you can still play Scrabble. Booyah. Or Jenga. Make all the Jenga pieces like different shades of fluorescent. Can you do that even? Yeah, you can, I think. You can like orange, green, purple.
Glow-in-the-dark dominoes would be fun.
Oh, glow-in-the-dark.
All I know is this house sucks without electricity and internet.
I want some of that glow-in-the-dark paint.
Like Gone in 60 Seconds?
They sell it in Lowe's.
Huh.
In spray cans.
You got the big wall of all the car names and... What was the one he was after? What was the...
Mustang, dude. That's your Mustang.
Right, but what was the girl's name?
Angelina Jolie.
No. The girl
Lucille?
name of the car. Is it...
Lucille. I think Let's see. We got the internet. Going in 60s.
Oh my god, the internet is so cool.
The internet is amazing.
It's a luxury item, though. Luxury. Series of tubes.
Eleanor.
I remember when I was a kid,
Eleanor.
it seemed like there was more like dream and promise of real life advancements. We were putting people on the moon. I thought I was going to go to outer space when I was a kid. It was going to become a more common thing.
Yeah.
That I would have an option to
I
colonize
thought the
moon.
same. I thought we might get to go to space.
Yeah. And I remember going to Epcot. And this is at a time when like teachers are going to space. It's becoming a little more common. Virgin Airlines is talking about their spaceships that they're going to have to take people on tours on. It just seemed like, I don't know, we went from World War II to traveling in space in 20 years or 25 years or something like that. Amazing. And this kind of rapid pace advancement. And I went to Epcot. And you know what they had there? Like, it's showing next-gen technology? Cell phones. I'm like, what kind of sellout bullshit is this? Like, cell phones? No, where's my jetpack? There were jetpacks at the 1984 Olympics.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have a jetpack to get to school.
Yeah.
Right? Like, sometime in the next 5-6 years, we'll replace bicycles with jetpacks. And this sounds like a joke. But people believed this shit back in the day. People really thought jetpacks were going to be a viable technology. It was going to solve traffic issues. Now I realize, like, oh, that Epcot sellout thing was actually right. You know what did happen? Better cell phones. The internet. And it's amazing. And it's awesome. But I wish
my
there
flying
was some...
cars, not my self-driving cars.
Yeah.
My flying car. Where's
Where's my
it?
hover skateboard?
Yeah, I want to be Marty McFly going through the town square.
You can't have a flying car, Lefty.
I want to go.
But why not? Wait.
Infrastructure.
What are you talking about?
Think about
We don't
how
need
hard it
infrastructure.
is now to keep the borders. Think about trucking lanes. Think about trucking routes. Think about people sneaking over borders. If you give people flying cars, they can go wherever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that fucks up with a lot of the infrastructure.
I think they call those helicopters.
Yeah, but flying cars is pretty much the idea is that they cost cheap enough that most people could buy them. That's the idea of the flying car.
Well, people couldn't always afford cars.
People still
Your
can't
goal
Yeah.
use, but
to
Wings,
make the helicopter
missile
cheaper.
defense systems, and nets. I've solved your flying car issue.
there you go.
Yeah, I can just see how well it's going to work. Well, the Smith family shot down, killing 6 because they flew a little bit too close to Mexico.
Nets will fuck you up, man. I don't know if you've ever been to a hockey game. You probably haven't because you're from Conway, South Carolina, but they've got big nets there to
You
catch
got
the
the Hurricanes.
Have you
It's
ever been to
North
a game?
Carolina.
Yeah, but it's the Carolina Hurricanes.
Have you
It
ever
is.
been to a game?
Have I been to a hockey game?
Yeah.
I didn't go to a pro one. I've been to an amateur one.
Okay.
Was there ice?
There was ice. It's an ice rink, isn't it?
If you go to like an NHL game, they have big nets hanging out, but to separate the crowd from the pucks, and those would stop flying cars. I'm pretty sure. Mess things up.
Those would seriously mess up flying cars.
Yeah.
How a goose can bring down an airliner. Just one poorly placed goose or flock of geese, maybe. But-
I think those things are made to chop through geese. I think it's the smaller planes that have trouble with geese.
No. The one that landed to the Lawrence River, the Hudson, it got hit by geese.
That was a fucking goose?
Yeah, it was a smaller airliner. It wasn't like a big.
I'm thinking 737 here, like one of the big ones.
Isn't that what it was?
It was a big one. The one that
Okay.
landed in the
Oh.
Hudson. What it is it was just too heavy. It's only made for like a certain pound of bird.
Must have been a big fucking goose, huh?
Let's see, what kind of plane? Oh, it was a big
Let's
plane.
see.
Never mind. It was a U.S. Airways flight. What kind of plane? Where's this at? It was an Airbus A320.
That's a
Which is-
smaller plane, I think.
No, that's comparable to a Boeing probably 707.
That's a big fucking plane. That's by no means a prop plane.
That's not a no. That's not okay. So, but yeah, I mean, double engine planes. I mean, they're big. They're big and more powerful and stuff. And you don't need 4 engines now for transcontinental flights. But you lose 1 engine, you lose 50% of your power, which could
They
be
need a
pretty
better way to store energy. As I'm thinking about it, that's the whole problem. That's why we don't have hoverboards. It's not that we can't create enough lift. It's that we can't store that much energy, light. That's why we don't have flying cars.
We can't create that much energy.
We can't-
Store and create. Yeah,
How much longer do you think we're gonna keep technology that's driven by oil?
I don't know.
For a long time. A long time.
Yeah, because then you get into economics and political stuff, not just like what is the best technology. Because if it is what is the best and cleanest technology for...
I don't care about
For the
clean. I'm
earth
talking
and-
about just fucking usable energy. I don't give a shit about the environment.
Well, then fossil fuels are still king.
They're king right now, but they have a shelf life. There's eventually going to be a period of time where we don't have no more.
Well, solar, wind, there's nuclear power.
Yeah, but you got to factor all these into with a flying car too.
Well, I mean, you can have an electric cars work well as long as the electric grid is efficient and the electricity itself is created efficiently, which clean burning coal is marginally better, I believe, than efficient, power to fuel consumption wise. I don't know about hydrocarbon emissions.
Solar power couldn't power a car, right? It's just not.
Well, it's all
efficient
about
enough.
creating the electricity. It's all about what creates the electricity.
Yeah.
How do you get the electricity to the outlet where the car is plugged in?
I mean, I'm just saying, you couldn't put solar panels as the
on
car.
a car?
Yeah,
No.
and run it like that. Because
But
it's
you
just-
could charge up a system with solar power that would then be used to power the electric car.
But the
Yeah.
amount of energy that a solar panel collects is not nearly enough to sustain a car.
But they're getting better.
It's not even close, though. So you'd have to be charging for 2 days to get your flight, I assume. Making up numbers, but yeah.
So, I don't know, nuclear. They've made advancements in cold fusion, just
Yeah,
like
I
a
saw
baby
that
step.
recently. Yeah, that was cool.
But then I
I
was like, oh man, this is awesome.
in our homes, though.
Yeah, well, you would want cold fusion as opposed to fission, I think.
Of course. Yeah, I don't think I want any nuclear reactions in my household appliances, though.
Man up.
Yeah, man, you got
Let's not
quantum shit
spit
going on in your
Adam.
phone right now.
Do you want brownies or not?
So,
I mean, just think about stove ovens, though, Kyle. I mean, that's just fucking a gas line run to the back of a stove, and it's like you're using gas to cook food. Like, that's dangerous. It is.
Nah, man,
But
I've
it
never had
works.
any
I
issues
mean,
with
like,
that,
I'm
but
sure-
I can
I'm sure-
imagine some sort of Fallout New Vegas type kitchen disaster that would
You don't
like
think a gas
make
line
my
at least
kids
can like
grow
blow a
extra
house
arms.
make your house like just a napalm bomb?
Yeah, you may have never had issues with it, but people have issues with leaky gas sometimes.
yeah.
Houses go boom.
Sometimes that pilot light goes out and you don't know it. It
What
goes
about
out in the middle of the
oxygen?
night.
Old people with oxygen tanks.
I think
No.
that's just-
I've seen an oxygen tank blow up. It is not. It is worse
What does
than the
that have
movies.
to do with a leaky propane gas?
I'm just saying, you're
or,
worried.
or natural
you're
Are
gas?
worried
people
about-
storing like pure oxygen all over their plane?
No,
Wait, just like, oh, I've seen pure oxygen explode. Don't call me a liar.
You're making a joke out of something that's completely irrelevant. Your idea was like you don't want nuclear power in your house because you're scared it's going to have some sort of negative effect. What I'm trying to say is there's things in your house already that can fuck your house up. Gas stoves, oxygen bottles, electrical fires. The fucking
wait.
wall socket can burn your house to the
When
ground.
the oxygen went up, was there a big flame or just a big?
I didn't see it. So I've seen the after effects.
Uh,
The guy down the street, his house, he blew a section of his house out, and the whole house caught on fire
oh, okay.
because he was smoking with his oxygen bottle.
The people don't know oxygen will make a fire grow big, right? Like it removes one of the limiting factors, and little fires become amazing fires if you give them pure oxygen like that.
But I'm just saying, like, it would be no different. Like, when you used your fusion-powered, refrigerator, it'd be just like your electric-powered refrigerator.
I have a torch in my house that burns hotter than the surface of the sun. That's enough fucking power in my house. I don't need fusion or fission or any radioactive.
Is it oxyacetylene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that too.
Yeah, it melts steel like butter. There's nothing that stands up to an. You can melt rock. You can you can melt glass. There's nothing you can put up to me that I won't turn into a liquid with my fucking torch.
I'm just saying, why do you have to close
Your
mine?
mighty object into a puddle.
Yeah, they're pretty neat.
And seeing what happens to stuff when it gets that hot is fun. You just got to put on some eye protection first and the gloves. Put on the gloves or you'll be in a burn center.
Oh God, it's hot. It is
hot.
literally hotter than the surface of the sun. I have it sounds like I've got a torch in the same class as Kyle's. And be careful.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I've seen people it's dangerous and I've never done it. And that should tell you something about just how dangerous it is because I'm afraid to do it, but people will take and fill trash bags up with the acetylene gas. Or a combination of acetylene and oxygen gas in a trash bag, like a big yard bag. Tie it off.
It's lighter than air, so it floats like a helium balloon.
Than air. Slightly though, not so much so as helium, just enough that it very slowly floats away, almost like one of those Chinese torches. Really slow. And then they'll shoot at it with bottle rockets or Roman candles or something like that, and I've heard every story's the same. They're like, yeah, it shattered the window out of Mama's house.
No way.
It shook the fucking ground. Always shit like that you hear from rednecks about just how scary it is when you set off a bag of acetylene.
Would YouTube allow a video of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Any of you want to do it, go for it. I want no part of it. I'm afraid that static electricity is going to go off, and I'm going to be fucking in pieces.
Well, you got Jeremy for that. Like, Jeremy, I will fix your car if you
fill
go
this bag
capture
up and
this
float it
acetylene.
away.
Yeah, and float it away. I got these guns. Bang bang.
That's a million view
Oh
video.
yeah, the dragon's breath.
Oh,
Yeah.
dragon's breath on a acetylene. Oh.
Kyle, this is a great idea.
You don't understand how concussive it is. It would be
That's
dangerous.
why you just having Jeremy do it.
Yeah. What don't you understand about the Jeremy do it part of this plan?
I'm afraid to be involved. Like someone would die. It's scary to me. Like that's.
Or you can just be far back with an LMG and tracer rounds.
You keep your
Do it at
keep
dusk.
your paperwork very skimpy. You make it very light. That way, if something goes awry, you can deny you were even there.
No, I'm genuinely afraid of that stuff. I don't like messing with it.
All you gotta do is shoot it. Just wait till it's a good bit away.
You are more than welcome to, and I would love to see a video. Maybe let me look on YouTube and see if there's any actual videos of this.
Yeah, please do, because I have no clue how to spell that.
Yeah, acetylene, oxyacetylene. Jeez, ooh, that is a toughie.
It's ACETYLENE.
Yes, got it.
I didn't even keep up with that. ACET.
Of course, I could just say that I was thinking that. Nobody would be
Acetylene
alarmed.
explosion.
Yeah.
Here we go. I've got it. I'm linking.
Oh yeah.
And this is you can show this video too. This doesn't look partnered. Although I do run ad block on this computer.
Oxyacetylene condom bomb?
Oh,
No.
goodness.
Go to mine. Mine is huge. Oh, there's some music on there. Don't use that. Audio.
All
All
right.
right, there's the crash test dummy.
This looks scary.
It looks like he should be farther away.
Somebody needs get this damn man a tripod, please.
Yeah, good lord.
My God. This
Look
is
at
worse
maybe he
than
can focus the camera. Y'all,
This is
I'll
a
give him
Bruder
some
film.
credit
Looks
for
like it
not
was on a
being
gyroscope.
A
like,
vertical
compared to this.
video.
and see, I doubt my ability to do camera work, but I see this, and this man could have had money.
What the
well
hell is
spent giving
wrong
me
with this
$200.
person? Does he have
Does he-
Parkinson's disease? What the fuck?
He's shaking in fear.
This is such bullshit.
Wow,
you
they-
can't
steady.
hold a camera
That
more
is
steady
not
Like
than
he's
far
like
away
this.
at
all
all.
the angle's all the way zoomed out, and he's still shaking.
This is
I think he's standing
horseshit.
like across the road from it. Please say this video ends with death.
All right, it was a pretty shitty video. I apologize, guys. I'm gonna find another video.
All right, I haven't gotten to the explosion yet. Oh, that was a bit of a
Oh,
spoiler.
that
Oh.
boom goes to dynamite. That's
Well, that's not too
look
bad.
at the end of the video.
Yeah,
Oh,
come
Running
on.
like a psychopath? Okay. Jesus, man.
Okay, here we go. I found it.
Tell you what,
Oh.
man, Skeeter, that damn thing blew up, man. Hell yeah.
It broke Mama's window.
So skip to 2 minutes and 45 seconds
Oh, my
into this.
2 minutes, 45 seconds?
Yes.
All right. Acetylene bombs, 4th of July. My God.
Great.
Oh, dear.
Oh
The
yeah,
guy
there it is. There's the trash bag. They're all running away.
Something tells me alcohol was involved in the making
Yeah,
of
that
this
was
video.
good. Although I think that
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad actually.
I need to do this. I have high speed video. I'll do
Oh,
it
yeah.
at night. We'll do it. We'll do this shit right.
See, what you do is you get a bunch of them together. You get a few of them at different levels and at different distances, and then you tether them to the
And-
ground and let them float up. And then at dusk, you take a tracer-loaded LMG and just boom, 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 fireworks.
So
show.
here's my suggestion, Woody, because everyone seems to want to light acetylene. Here's what I would do. I would set the torch. You know, you turn a little bit of oxygen on, light it, then increase your acetylene until it's a blue flame. Then put that flame out and use that mixture for the bag. In at least one of the bags, because that's the like super hot burning mixture that you use to cut stuff with. I'd just be curious to see if that would be more reactive or less reactive or
Is it-
concussive.
It doesn't look that dangerous. Like in this video at 256.
No, it
the
actually
guy's-
doesn't.
The guy's like, I don't know, 10, 12 feet from it.
Yeah, I don't see how it would bust the windows out. Although maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it to me. But I've heard of them. They said they'd be floating in the air. That almost. I don't know why it's not floating.
They're just shooting fireworks at it.
I got a guy who does a balloon here in his science class.
Oh, I bet he got expelled. Y'all see the guy getting expelled for turning in his beer?
Oh my goodness. Yep.
That's fucked up. The
Running
man-
late for class, grabbed a silvery can out of the refrigerator, thought it was a soda, it turned out to be a Coors Light can, and instead of like trying to like, oh shit, when he realized it at school, and he's like, oh my goodness, he's like, hey, teach, here it is, my bad, here it is, it's not open, I wasn't getting drunk in class, and he's suspended for a week and has to go to an alternative school for 2 months.
He's been there for 3 months.
That is
What
ridiculous.
What bullshit! I remember when I was in like the 4th grade, I accidentally took my dad's Zippo to school, and I was like, ah, shit. So I showed a teacher, and it was completely. She's like, oh, okay, I'll just give it to your mom when she comes to pick you up. That's how that shit should be. Just
Yeah.
a beer? A beer?
Right.
Unopened beer. Unopened beer. Waited like and it was a lot of people have been talking about it, and the one thing I think that everybody's focusing on, which is awesome, is that this is the perfect way to teach that child never to trust authority at all. With anything.
gosh.
Even when you think you're doing something right.
It's the perfect example. Like, he would have been better off not telling authority figures that he had a beer with him. He probably could have made it the whole day. within his lunch
He'd have
break.
been better off drinking the
story.
fucking beer. At least then he'd have been drunk at school.
Did he have some of the beer and then get caught? Did they catch
No,
him?
no. There's a
No.
news story. You see the can. They have the can in the news story. It's unopened.
It's just so unbelievable that these guys could all be so bad, and there's nobody in the scenario who has a more level head.
I think it's a bunch of people fearing for their job because of zero tolerance policies.
It's crazy.
Bullshit.
Well, there was the guy that was arrested for DWI, not DUI, DWI, after blowing a 0.00 on the road and passing a blood test, a voluntary blood test at the station.
Well,
Still arrested.
At
still
that point, you need to
in jail.
start. You need to.
Let me be the devil's advocate to this one.
If
You
you're armed,
could have
you
been
start
on some
defending
type of
yourself
drug they
from the
didn't
police.
test for.
That's what the police are saying. So basically, they pulled the guy over and they thought he was drunk. And he
I mean,
blew
like NyQuil. You can get drunk on NyQuil.
Yeah, but I think you. Isn't that have alcohol in it?
I'm not sure.
Well, I don't think you. I don't
Yeah,
know
some-
if that's a
some-
myth that
some
you can
sell
blow
cough
from
syrups
NyQuil.
do. You
I don't
can.
know.
I don't know about from NyQuil.
Can you
but
blow?
from
Let-
some cough syrups.
Let me
yeah.
carry on. So the guy got pulled over. They were convinced he was drunk. So they had him do a roadside test, which is not very accurate. And he blew a 0.0. But they were so sure that he was drunk, they brought him back to the precinct where they did a blood test, which is very, very accurate. Still a 0.0. And the cops, at that point, I think they let him go and said he wasn't. And the cops are like, yeah, it's really unusual that this doesn't happen. We don't, have guys getting zeros on the blood tests. When we get to that level, we think they're done. We still think this guy was on something, and we just didn't test for the right thing. He could have been on pot. He could have been on, who knows what.
But the only thing they have is that he failed the field sobriety test. And the report from the story I read was that he swayed while balancing on a foot. Does anybody
I saw
have
that too. That's not that
balance?
descriptive, right? Those field sobriety tests, I don't think I could pass one.
Yeah, I couldn't do the alphabets backwards.
Alphabet backwards without singing and without a hitch in it. And then some of that other stuff, close your eyes, look in the sky, walk on a tightrope style line,
Touch your nose.
touch your nose with your
Has anyone here taken one?
No,
No,
I've never done that.
When I was in high school, I had a friend. He wasn't a great friend. I won't get into that. But he became a cop, and he did the sobriety test on all of us, and it was pretty much designed to make you fail, right? That's the point of the sobriety test is the policeman gets to decide that you're drunk if he chooses to. It's a bad system, and that touch your nose thing, he had they taught him how to do it, of course, but it was the end of the test involved cuffing him. They're all right, touch your nose, do this, now put your right arm by your side and your left arm at your nose, and now all of a sudden he's got your wrist here, and the second part of it is just put it together and you're cuffed. It's the test led right into the handcuffing.
If need be.
Yeah, that was how the process went, and the whole thing just struck me as they make the test so difficult that everybody fails, and the police gets to decide whether you fail or not.
So
that-
here we have a.
And I smell it on you. That I hate too.
Oh yeah.
I smell drugs. What do you want me to do? I
Or
decided
the
to get in.
handler with the dog who's touching the glass on that one video.
I've seen that video. Yeah, they just tap 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 tap, and then the dog all of a sudden reacts to it, and they're they're training the dog to freak out over the tap, and now they get to decide that there was reasonable cause to go in there and search and do whatever.
And here's the thing: that dog is his testimony carries more weight in court than you. That fucking dog. But so here we have a guy blew a 0.00 on the road, passed a blood test at the station, and for forever he has to explain, no matter what he does, because they can expunge the court records, but not the arrest records. Arrest records never go away. He has to explain to every employer in this employer's market why he has a phantom DWI arrest. Is it possible? Is it? I just want to ask. I know a lot of crazy liberals are all like, oh my God, you're in favor of killing children because you dare to question the veracity of DUI punishments. Is it just possible that maybe we are a little bit too reactive in a harsh way to suspected intoxicated driving of any sort? Is it possible?
Nope.
That's all.
Nope. Fuck
Not
you,
possible.
baby killer.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at it this way. It's the same thing with the marijuana. Cops right now are fighting tooth and nail to keep marijuana from becoming legal because they want that drug money. Same thing with DUIs. DUIs are like what, $10,000 around here. I heard Woody say New Jersey is like $30,000 or something like that.
Crazy, yeah. They pride themselves on it.
And like, that's just revenue flow. That's flow to buy AR-15s, new cars, new uniforms, new badges. That's all that is. And the more they put in, the more money they get.
More billy clubs,
More billy
pepper
clubs.
spray,
Club,
tasers, armored vehicles.
Do you guys need a whole new
grenade
topic?
launchers?
Sure.
If all the cereal mascots were placed into a battle royale type situation, which cereal mascot would emerge victorious?
Captain Crunch don't play no shit.
He's not a
tiger.
captain. He's an admiral.
You damn. He has Admiral. So was
Right?
Captain.
Isn't that it?
So have. Yeah. But he's in command of the ship. That's all that matters.
I don't think so.
That means the first mate is is now the
Captain Crunch would get his ass kicked. He doesn't have any superpowers. He's not even physically imposing. Tony the Tiger would rip the fuck out of him. He
Tony
would
the
just
Tiger.
shred him.
Tony the Tiger. What's he gonna swim to Captain Crunch's boat?
It's a
We're on a
battle
pirate
royale.
ship.
It's not a naval battle. I
We
picture
have
the
We
octagon.
play on Captain Crunch's territory.
Bullshit.
Come to us. We're waiting.
Hey,
We're
did you
waiting for
never see the
serial
Life of Pi?
battle
Tigers
royale,
are
and
still
we're
fucked
our
up on
cannons
the
I
are
have
armed and
the I
ready.
have the winner. I have the winner. Count Chocula. Do any of
Oh,
your
fuck
cereal
no.
mascots have silver bullets or stakes?
We
Do
fight
you?
in the
What
daytime,
about
son.
Frankenberry?
Oh, bitch. You gotta be kidding me.
The battle is at high noon in Captain Crunch Bay.
That
Okay?
Lucky Charms
Be there.
guy, he's got magic. He'll sink your fucking boat from a distance.
Who?
Steal my
The
lucky
Cinnamon
the
Toast Crunch
leprechaun.
guy?
The leprechaun.
The leprechaun.
The
Yeah.
Leprechauns are
leprechaun.
vicious. You never see the movies?
Yeah, leprechauns will mess you up.
Leprechaun, huh? I don't know if they have offensive magic. They seem to just be kind of tricksters who,
You see that one movie
zip
where he like
around
puts
and-
the pot of gold inside the guy's stomach when he asks for it?
Yeah, that's not according to any sort of lore or canon for leprechauns, though. And I move that it be stricken from the serial battle royale canon.
Denied. Captain Crunch is a bitch. He's right there with Hodor.
Oh my god, Hodor apologized, by the way.
Oh, I got it. I
Bullshit,
have
he
it.
changed
I have
his
the winner.
story. I want
He
to talk
changed
about
his
that
story, hands
next.
down.
Change the story.
Yeah.
Hands down, the winner is the son from the Raisin Brands.
Hey, yeah. Oh, you're looking at the thread, aren't you?
No, I'm not looking at anything.
Okay.
I don't know what thread. What was the?
This question came from Ask Reddit, and one guy was like, "The Raisin Bran mascot is the fucking sun. He wins."
Oh crap! He's right. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
I liked this guy here while we're looking at the thread.
Mr. T has a cereal.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pee Wee ate it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't that in Pee Wee's Big Adventure?
I think so.
Which is a great movie. If you can find it on DVD,
So did
or
Doug
Blu-ray,
Flutie.
get it.
Doug Flutie's got one.
You get
Who wants to fuck with Doug Flutie?
The
I
thread
take
was-
Wheaties because they're all fucking superior athletes.
I like the one guy in the thread who said, "You know who can't win? Tricks. That fucker couldn't steal cereal from children.
Oh.
He's the first one to die."
Oh, that's mean.
I can't find the image.
I'm not having it.
Oh, here.
I couldn't get the trick cereal.
Let me see if I got it. Yeah. So I'll show you guys. Honeycomb apparently had this mascot. Fucker looks crazy.
Oh,
It looks like the Noid from Pizza.
Oh, I remember that. I remember
I
that.
remember that guy. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was they would play that commercial during daytime cartoons like around 4 p.m. after school.
Uh-huh.
Like when you'd be watching, like, I don't know, Big Bad Beetleborgs or something on Fox. Yeah, they'd run commercials like this. Yeah, this is like
seen
power.
your PCP.
Yeah.
I remember seeing those
that guy.
commercials in commercial breaks of the Spider-Man cartoon.
I just don't see what's badass about Captain Crunch. I guess he has a sword.
He has a fucking ship. He has cannons. He's got a whole crew.
Does his ship have cannons?
By nature, he is a captain
but his
and an
ship
admiral.
shoots
He has
Captain
many
Crunch.
ships behind him. He has an armada.
But
It's an armada of doom.
You've seen True Blood. One
Floating up
vampire
cereal
would
bait.
wreck his crew.
What? Not that black
Have we ever
vampire.
seen Captain Crunch's ship, by the way?
I can't think of it.
I think it's on the back of the box.
Let's look it up. This is internet net neutrality. Captain Crunch's. Let's see images. He does have a ship. It's right there.
Wait, let me see. Captain Crunch.
He is
Link it.
apparently in some cartoons.
Oh, let's see what these cartoons. What he's up to. I bet he's got all kind of magic powers too.
I don't see any cannons. Fore, aft, starboard, or port. I don't see any cannons.
Oh
I,
my
don't see,
gosh.
I see cannon holes.
Captain Crunch runs a freight ship.
I know those are portholes, Wings.
He's a
Those aren't necessarily
cargo
cannon
ship.
holes.
That's crap.
Yeah, he's a frigate. That's all.
Yeah, he's not even a battle captain.
He's selling cereal out of his ship.
That's right. He's a delivery man. He's a nautical UPS guy.
He's got nothing.
Yeah, the sun's gonna burn his ship to the fucking ground.
Tony
He's
the
gonna
Tiger
drown.
would wreck his shit.
Yeah.
If he was on that ship, they'd all be running, jumping over the sides.
You ever see Tony the Tiger play basketball? He's got some ups.
It's got some ups, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And we haven't even gotten to that leprechaun dude yet. Lucky Charms guy.
And Captain Crunch, he's done for.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is not nearly as powerful as Kyle wishes him to be.
Oh, the vampire, Count Chocula, that's pretty badass. Frankenberry. But I suppose the sun ends the conversation. Raisin Bran.
Yeah.
The Raisin Bran son would easily win this. Him just not being there would kill them.
No, that's when Count Chocula thrives.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I don't think vampires can thrive at like negative
Oh my
500.
Have you
degrees.
seen the first Blade? They figured it out. And the second one after that?
I watched
I've
all
seen
of
Blade.
them.
I don't remember the part where they go in negative 500 degree like frozenness.
Dude, somebody put together brackets on how they thought this fight would go down.
Oh,
We
dear.
should critique these.
All right, let's see him.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's there.
Snap, Crackle, Pop takes out Buzz, the honeycomb guy.
I think that's Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, okay.
Sonny
okay.
takes
Yeah.
out...
How does the Tricks Rabbit beat Count Chocula?
Wait. I don't understand.
Hang on. Let's take these one at a time here.
Let's see. In the Bowl Regional, Chef Wendell, whoever the hell
Yeah,
that
there's
is. Is
Sonny
that
and then
Golden
there's
Graham?
Sonny on either side of Chef Wendell. I'm a little confused.
So one of the Sonnies is I'm confused as well. I guess maybe there's two versions of Sonny or something.
Yeah.
Sonny is the Cocoa Puffs guy.
Oh, yeah.
Sonny goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Well,
And he
I
beats
don't
Cornelius
know
the
how
Rooster. Well, of
Chef
course.
Wendell took
Yeah.
out the goddamn sun. But he
How
got
did
knocked
that
out
happen?
early. And
I
Sonny beat the...
I have no issue with this so far. Although,
Except the
how does Trix
sun.
the Rabbit beat Count Chocula?
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't know. He is the most incompetent of all cereal mascots.
That's
How did Fred Flintstone beat the Cookie Crew?
Oh, Fred Flintstone's the fucking caveman. He works
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's three of them versus one. We just talked about 3 versus 1. You're
All they
done
do
for.
is steal. They don't
Fred
kill.
Flintstone
Fred
is
Flintstone-
hard fucking core.
Powers a car that weighs 6.5 tons
Yeah.
by himself like it's nothing.
He's a caveman.
I'm okay with that. I can see that. I don't know how
Yeah.
Trix beat Count Chocula, though. That's ridiculous.
How did
Oh,
Captain
wait a
Crunch
minute,
beat
wait a
the
minute.
leprechaun?
They've got the Trix Rabbit beating Fred Flintstone.
You do.
I do not know
Trix
how...
the Rabbit makes it all the way to Tony the Tiger before he goes down.
Tony the Tiger beat Toucan Sam, as he totally would every day. Captain Crunch beat Lucky the Leprechaun. I don't know how that happened. And Tony the Tiger beat Lucky the Leprechaun. I'm sorry, beat Captain Crunch. Well, that makes perfect sense. I just don't know why the Leprechaun didn't do better. So then we have Sonny against Tony the Tiger. I think Tony the Tiger is custom built to take down that bird. That's what
Oh wow!
cats
Given
do.
the seating here, Fred Flintstone wasn't. Oh no, does the 2-seat always go on the bottom? I forget. Like the very. I think they might have. Never mind. I'm looking for upsets. I
think the top one is the.
Count
is the high
Chocula going
seat.
down.
Yeah. Okay. So then Fred Flintstone was the underdog. He was the
last seat actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I guess are Snap, Crackle, and Pop like elves, right? They're like magicians, maybe too. Got a little magic going on.
They just run a lot. They don't really do much. They're just kind of like, hey.
I think they're like elves, right?
Weirdos.
Or are they just little kids that like to play in cereal?
They're just cooked, like chefs.
Well, then how the fuck? I guess they could beat it. I don't know how big is Buzz. I imagine Buzz being like as big as the box of Cheerios. Like that's a scary fucking bee.
Just the same, couldn't you take out a bee the size of a box of Cheerios?
That's one of the scariest things ever, right? So for those of you who don't know, for those of you who don't know, the reason that bugs are the size they are is because bugs don't have lungs like we do. They don't inhale. They absorb oxygen through their skin. So their surface area is limited to the richness of the oxygen in the Earth's atmosphere. So in past times, when there was more oxygen in the air, bugs were much bigger. So you had fucking wasps that were like as big as your arm. That was a scary fucking time, man. I'm afraid of bugs in general, like any kind of little like centipede or millipede or a wasp crawling on my ear.
Sure.
That shit freaks me out.
Yeah.
Now imagine they're 10 times as big.
Holy shit! Maybe we shouldn't stop burning fossil fuels and dumping huge amounts of carbon into the air.
I think we need to choke the fucking oxygen out of this planet's
Let me ask you
atmosphere
this.
until we
There's some
kill
big
every
bugs in
creeping
Africa
thing.
and Australia.
Let me ask you this: what about like tarantulas? Like, what we take those and move them to other environments? Why don't they like asphyxiate?
Well, tarantulas are normal size, I guess.
I don't think the oxygen richness is necessarily changing very much from one part of the air to another. That it would matter.
It seems
to
like a
tarantula.
rainforest where like a tarantula would normally go up and have more oxygen than say like New York City.
Well, there are stories of people that are like that are in rainforest where there are really big things that like just bigger versions of things that are scary at normal sizes. Like it might have been copy pasta. I'm not sure. But there was a post I saw on Reddit about a guy who was on maneuvers in some South American country as part of the army. And because
Is he a sniper with over 300 confirmed kills by chance?
No. It was a story of a friend who was told, from the second person, I guess, or third person, I guess. And there was like a tank maneuvers, and they had to keep the hatches open because it was so humid in this damn rainforest. And they heard a thump on the roof of the tank, and the guy looked out, and there was this big ass spider that apparently was very angry. Now again, could very easily be copy pasta of some kind, but
If a spider fell on my tank that was so big I heard it clunk, I would shoot it with a fucking machine gun. Immediately, like no questions asked, no like let's see what this mystery species is. That thing would have to die.
Now that the story has not just been retold in my mind but has left my lips as I said it, it sounds a lot like bullshit. Good. Never mind then.
I've seen someone was talking about millipedes that were as big as snakes in Vietnam. That one always freaked me out.
Let's see.
I don't like this kind of stuff.
Hey, we haven't talked about Japanese bug fights in a good long while.
Oh, yes.
Now, you guys may not be aware, but I've been following the Japanese bug fight scene.
No, you haven't.
There's been a couple more seasons, and there's some updated bug fight footage if you'd like to check it out.
I would like to see this.
All right.
I would like to see anything where a cockroach gets destroyed.
Are there any in particular that you think need to be watched?
He went to get a soda.
Soda? Well, shucks.
All right.
Season 3.
Let's pick one. Season 3. We got. Let's do season 11. It's got a millipede in it. Let's see this.
Season 11? Episode 11. The last one on season 3?
Yeah.
What is this?
File
Not found. Well, shucks.
Oh.
It looks like that horned beetle lasts a long ass time, dude. It looks like he's dominating season 3.
We should just move on to another topic, huh? If we can't find videos, right?
No, you can.
Damn it. I don't want to see bugs.
Let's click one of these horned beetle ones. He seems to be a winner.
I'm on the 10th episode. episode 10 is what it says it is.
Is it moving fast enough for you, Woody? Is it progressing the storyline to things actually? Oh, come on, that was funny.
I'm sorry.
You guys.
Actually, it's not. I'm fast forwarding it.
I got an ad because I don't run ad block.
Good on you, Wings.
Good on you.
I don't either.
And these are bad ads too because they pause every 10 seconds to show you what you're watching.
Well, it's a scorpion versus some sort of pincher beetle. I'm going to call the pincher beetle.
The pincher beetle seems to be dominating the entire season.
I've seen a lot of bug fights, and when bugs fight bugs, the ability to like penetrate that exoskeleton is key.
All right, which one are you watching? I can't watch. I can't.
I'm
at the
it.
site. I can't.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right.
Welcome to a Japanese bug fight. We have missed you.
All right, I got mine at 0 if you want to start it over and we'll watch it
Which
together.
video? Which video we're gonna watch, guys?
I put a
Season
link
3,
number
episode
10, and I think you should jump ahead to about 3:30.
Season 3, episode 10. I'm going to 3 minutes 30
3 minutes and
seconds.
30 seconds.
And hang on.
I
Right.
can't get
I need
30.
I need 10 seconds. Walt Disney
It goes
World.
to like
I am not
328
going
and
there.
just to 331.
I'm trying to get it to. Mine won't fast forward.
Mine's moving a little slow.
We're the only people on this website right now.
Yeah, I want to say the plot line's not progressing quickly enough for me.
All right, I'm at 323.
I'm at 331.
I'm at 410.
Okay, I'm gonna skip to 410. All right, I'm with Woody now.
All right.
Hold on. I will get there.
So this.
Ooh, enormous beetle has a scorpion.
All right, what were we gonna say?
Oh, damn.
It looks like the scorpion has stabbed the beetle in its eye socket and killed it.
It looks
And-
like, yeah, they did some damage. Now the beetle's standing still. Is it over?
A victory, a scorpion.
Is he just stunned?
Uh,
I don't know.
Oh.
I can't read.
I don't know what that said.
Yeah.
They're still sitting there looking at each other.
Surely the beetle's dead. I guess that's a beetle. I don't know what else that is. How horrifying. I wish all the things that look like that were gone from the earth.
These things serve no purpose.
No fucking purpose but
Put
the
them in a
fucking
big-
creep
We
on
have
us.
DDT for the things they
You got-
kill.
A
We have
shipping
DDT
crate
for
with
that.
pandas. Let
I
them
would
go.
I would slash and burn a rainforest if it meant these things were gone. Like if all these bugs on this website resided in one particular Brazilian rainforest, I would nuke that motherfucker from orbit.
I want to watch
Like-
number 6 next. That
Okay.
giant Can we watch it now? These guys are just looking at each other.
Yeah. Number 6. I just clicked it and I'm on play. I can play anytime.
Ready, set, play.
Hold up. I got 30 seconds. I'm watching an ad.
You guys can watch. I can't do it anymore. That's
Ooh, left is up.
I love you, PlayStation, but I don't want to watch this ad.
Oh come on, Lefty! You gotta watch the Japanese bug fights.
Oh, man. I want to see it. Oh, here. They're getting right into
Oh
it.
shit! Oh shit!
Oh, giant double-handed pincher thing versus a giant centipede.
Yeah, it's like a scorpion versus the biggest centipede ever.
Yeah.
season 3. What?
Now, what are the centipede's
6.
weapons?
So
6.
Yeah, 6. I
think
know
the
they're scary
centipede-
and they're creepy to
They have
humans.
poison too. They're venomous.
Yeah, they
they
are venomous.
bite. I don't know if they bite or sting, but maybe those are stingers on the back.
It looks like he just wants to get away.
I can't.
Oh,
yeah.
he's attacking the scorpion. The centipede's the
Offensive.
aggressor.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him.
Now the centipede is trying to climb the walls. Good strategy, but you're
What
not
if it does a
gonna...
backflip and like attacks that way?
Or he
Oh,
does
that'd
that
be
like
so
that thing where he
badass.
runs up the wall and the scorpion follows him, but then he
It's being
backflips.
Neo Scorpion.
If somebody like threw one of these on me, I would beat that person senseless.
This
Like-
scorpion wants nothing. I'm sorry, the centipede wants nothing to do with the scorpion.
There's people that flash
Look how
photography.
fast he is, though. Like he keeps digging his head into his like.
Battle!
Oh,
What point? What marker?
It was at
125.
Yeah, I'm at 128, 9, 30.
All right. Oh damn.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, this centipede's trying to get away. The scorpion is like, fall this way. I'll get you.
Yeah, that's the nature of Japanese bug fights, guys. They just got that.
Look how quick that centipede is, though. Damn.
So many legs. It's too many legs.
I just don't see the centipede as quick as Wing seems to. He seems.
He
pokey.
throws his head right there toward his pinchers, and he pulls away for a can.
Now, anytime something moves on my body, I freak out.
I know, right? I checked behind me already twice.
Oh! He pinched him. He pinched him.
Yeah,
but
he pinched him good. Look at his back. It's like plate armor.
Yeah.
Both of them. The scorpion is so.
God, he's like a red scorpion.
He pinched him in the face. Did you see that?
Yeah, I gave him a little pinch there. And he likes that. You guys think you could cook scorpion claws and like eat them like crab legs?
I don't know. Don't care.
I'd do that.
This is gonna be a fun night in bed.
I just need to see more carnage.
Yeah. It takes a while to get
I'm gonna laugh if the centipede wins.
My money is definitely on the scorpion.
Mine too. I don't see the centipede's weapons.
Centipede's playing a defensive game right now. He's
I think he's tiring him out, sort of a rope-a-dope maneuver.
we'll see.
We'll see if it pays dividends in the later rounds.
Oh!
Some liquid, perhaps, or is that just a stain?
I don't know.
Oh, that
what
thing
that
on the
I
glass.
don't know what that white. Ooh, look at. I guess maybe those are the stingers that they
The
just.
centipede is very excited.
Yeah, the stingers
those
on
are
the back end of him.
stingers.
Maybe that's a penis. Maybe he's gonna rape the scorpion. That's how this ends. That's the double split penis of the centipede.
Oh, he's crawling up to give himself an angle of attack from which he knows that the scorpion can't defend himself. That's why
I think he's
up the
trying
wall.
to run away up the glass.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of that glass terrarium and get to freedom, away from this creepy ass.
God, fight each other. Fight.
I know.
Oh, do you see the scorpion took a shot at him?
Yeah, it's getting it. The scorpion's eventually got to. If it ever grabs him and holds on, I think it's going to sting him.
What I
There's
meant
a lot
to
of
say was
action
the
at
centipede
350.
tried to take a bite of him, but centipede, man, you are not going to win this by running up the walls. Eventually, you'll just get. You better give it what you got.
Oh shit! Oh come
something
on!
just happened.
Oh shit!
Oh, I thought the scorpion's dead. Oh, he's hurt.
No,
he's hurt bad.
Yeah, that he grabbed him, and then the centipede or the millipede, whatever, just went to town.
His left arm looks like it's gone.
Doesn't it? But now he's back at it.
Is he
Yeah.
paralyzed?
Is this going to end without a victory?
Nobody fucks with scorpion.
I feel like. Oh wait.
Scorpion's
boy.
dead. No.
No.
Oh.
Watch, I think I'm further along than you.
Yeah.
No, I did not get a decisive victor on that.
I didn't either.
Where are we going next?
I'm done. I'm out. I gotta throw it in. I can't. Done.
We need some non-bitch fights.
There's a
There's
giant
a big
spider.
spider on season 1.
Nope.
Yeah, season 1, episode 7 has a big spider.
You guys have fun with that.
Although I feel like maybe season 3 is the later stuff, and maybe it's perhaps higher quality. Though that last one ended poorly.
They got a new cinematographer.
We could watch 8.
Season 3, episode 8.
Yeah.
Seems
All
like
right.
the horn beetle was like the king thing, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready to press play anytime.
Ready, set, play. Oh, this is an 8-minute video. I hope it's okay.
Why don't we skip to like 5 minutes in?
All right, I like that.
My question is this: why is PS4 selling ads against Japanese bug fighting?
They're smart.
So I got to 5:02. You ready to hit play?
Yes.
Ready, set, play.
Yeah, greatness
Alright.
does await. I'm about to watch this fucking bug fight.
They
to the
decided to
death.
battle it out on some sort of a stump, apparently. That's the...
Yeah, and one beetle seems to be 2 or 3 times larger than the
Yeah,
other
at
beetle.
least. Like, maybe 5 times heavier.
I don't know how the commission sanctioned this
No.
bout.
It's-
These fighters are in different weight classes.
It's the kind of thing you used to see in the dirty days of bug fighting, Woody, and I just don't care for it.
Yeah, we have
Pure blood
rules
sport.
of bug fighting now.
There's a constitution in play, and I just don't.
Maybe the
don't care
smaller
for this.
beetles
This
better
is
on the
an
environment.
execution.
Maybe it's
This
like home turf advantage.
This is a bug execution, guys.
This is from the days of unsanctioned fights. It's
Yes.
really barbaric.
Yes. What if this little guy actually fucks up this enormous?
Just imagine waking with this
Dreadnought
bitch in your
beetle.
fucking shoe.
Its head looks like a hay fork.
This is insect cockfighting.
Like the little bug, his eyes are like right there too. Like he's gonna get his shit poked out.
The little one just turned away and walked. Like, let's be friends. I'm down.
I think he's trying to get a better angle at this. He's going up high.
If that little one is a great... Oh, he's coming back.
I'm gonna fuck your shit up, Big Daddy.
He's walking into that tripod of death.
Yeah, that pitchfork head beetle.
I wouldn't stick my finger in his goddamn pitchfork head. And he's sticking his head in this head.
Yeah.
How strong are those grippers on his pitchfork head?
I'm gonna go out and get drunk tonight and forget all this.
I do admire the little guy's moxie, though.
He's got more color on him than that damn centipede did.
Yeah. Come on. Is this going to be inconclusive, too? Tell me the big guy gets a grip on him at some point.
This is like a 10-minute fight. Let's skip ahead.
Oh,
we already
didn't?
skipped ahead.
Yeah, we're at 7 minutes.
Yeah, I was talking about where I'm at. They're like just looking at each other.
We're at like 7:15 or so, and I think something might happen soon.
They should really edit these things for action.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Maybe they
edited
did.
already.
Maybe they did. This is the
They
best
did.
8 minutes.
They might have edited an hour of footage down to like 8 minutes of
The
engagement.
battle lasted for 8
Can you imagine having to be the cameraman here and you're just like staring at bugs in a small terrarium for like an hour and a half, hoping that they start fighting each other?
I've done worse things.
Like what?
You ever had to like stand outside of a door for like 4 hours? This would be more interesting than being a bouncer.
I think season 3 is so disappointing. I'm
Yeah,
not getting.
man. I don't know. Let's go back to the.
The little guy
Oh,
just threw the big
shit.
guy off the hill.
Little man is a champion.
And did the big guy just
Yeah,
lose?
that's it. That was it. They got a replay here.
Oh shit! There it goes.
Look
Holy
at the power.
smokes.
Look at the power. Lifted it. Threw it out. That's a legit victory. I like that.
I don't read
That's
Japanese, but I'm sure
incredible.
that Ryan said, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, that's incredible strength. Can we
Picked
do
him
the
up right in his
spider?
face.
Yeah, which
Season
one?
1, episode 7.
All right.
I take it back. There's a much more terrifying thing in season 2, episode 8.
Okay. Oh,
Let's go.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is that thing?
You ready? I'm ready to play whenever you are.
Ready, set, play. And it's
Yeah, these
only
are only
2
2
minutes
minutes
long.
long.
Yeah, we're getting right down
It's-
to it, boys and girls.
Red spider versus brown spider, maybe?
I don't even know if they're spiders. Like, they could be like half crab or something.
Yeah, they're like land lobsters or something. That's the first one's a spider, I think.
Anybody ever click the rules of Japanese bug fighting?
Ooh, that second one. I do not know the rules of this.
There's like a little link up here that says rules
Oh,
of
yeah,
JBF.
yeah, the rules of JBF. What is this thing? Like a Japanese stick bug?
Yeah, one is definitely a spider, sort of some kind of a hairless tarantula type thing, and the other one is like some sort of scary water bug insect, or maybe some sort of horrifying. Oh God!
What is he doing? Is he poking him in the eye?
I think
That's just dirty fighting.
I think he's. I think those are like maybe poison stingers.
It's a spider. He's got like 90 eyes. Good luck with that.
He got all the ones on the left side.
Look at him.
That's
Look at
poison.
it. He controls the distance.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, he's got that jab on down
Those
pat.
things are like as long as his entire body.
Does he seem like he has more than 8 legs?
Yeah, right? At least 8.
Wow.
Just
That
imagine finding this motherfucker in your bed at night, Kyle. That
That's
water
God.
bug thing.
Oh
That
God. man.
unknown lanky bug is badass.
I would kill that with a gun. I wouldn't even try.
Yeah, you don't step on that. You fucking shoot a bug like that.
Buckshot.
And nobody says shit. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, good call. Good call. That way, like a bunch of babies don't pop out or something, unforeseen like that. We're not taking any chances. with
Get the
that
10
thing.
gauge.
Yeah, exactly. What a scary fucking bug, man.
Does he got like a sleeper hold on the spider?
Yeah, he fucking...
Let's do one more.
Okay.
I don't know. Season 114 has a praying mantis. You want to see it go?
I feel sorry for that thing. Yeah, I think it usually loses.
I don't think that spider had a chance.
Nah.
What season we going to?
I don't know. I think
How about... All
Okay.
right, so if you scroll down to the bottom of Season 2, to episode 15, I don't know what that thing on the left even is.
15's... Oh, season 2. I'm sorry. You're right.
I checked out the rules. There's only 3 of them. It goes 2 bugs to a fight. Bug fights going as long as they have to, and no weapons in the bug fights.
Yeah, this is some sort of... There's another enormous scary spider.
No outside weapons. I like that. Are we doing episode 15, season 2?
I'm down.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
No, give me a second. Yeah, click it.
Ready?
Ready?
Ready,
Yep.
set, play. All right.
Oh! Oh, that thing was
Big dick.
That thing was bad.
That's a hairy ass spider. The praying mantis.
Artina Huntacta Gray Mantis.
What a scary bug.
What is that? It's like a leaf bug or something.
It's a praying mantis of some kind. Hey, does anyone think the praying mantis has a chance?
I do.
I'm totally team spider. I just don't see how that praying mantis can deal with this scary... Look at those long, lanky legs.
Oh,
You sold out the little bug on the last one. He threw the other bitch off the damn tree.
yeah, that's right. Oh, God, that spider is...
Oh, shit. Look at the aggression.
I can't tell. It's so fast.
It's so fast.
But wait, I
wonder
don't
if
think
they
the praying
can...
mantis wants to be fighting from his back. He's no jiu-jitsu expert.
No. Not strong from his back.
He biting his leg though.
Is he getting anywhere with that? He
I
needs
don't
to
know.
bite that
What if he-
abdomen.
What if he bit the leg off? Like, oh, he did! I think he took a little piece off. I think he, like, ate the bottom of his foot off.
Oh, he's going for the abdomen, but... Oh,
He's going for his eyes.
Oh, shit!
Who's winning?
I don't know. They're fucking each other up. They're, like, eating each
Oh,
other's
he's going for
faces.
the eyes. They're freaking face fighting.
Yeah, they're eating each other's faces, man. Oh, that's rough.
Oh, this is a good one.
This is the best of Japanese bug fights.
Praying mantis has got the
praying
initiative
mantis
now. Look at him. He's on
flipped shit
top.
over. Now he's eating his face out, right? Is that his face?
Oh, my God. Yeah, kind of. He's eating it. He is going to work, just gnawing away. Yeah, get
he's
the close
taking
up.
off legs. That's what I think he was taking.
I want to see some legs fall off.
Oh, now he's on his face. That praying mantis.
I don't know if is he getting anywhere with that, though?
Got him right in the eyes right there.
He's kind of right below his eyes, like above the mandible.
He gets,
Who's holding who at this
I'm
point?
just, I'm just worried that if that
Are they
spider
kissing?
turns to the left, he's gonna have a good biting angle on that thorax.
But why is the spider standing still while the praying mantis like chews away at stuff?
I don't think he's being very effective with his chewing.
I think the spider, if had the opportunity, would try and stop it.
I'm still really worried about the praying mantis. I think the spider may come out.
But why
He
is
just
the
needs to get one-
spider so
Oh, wow.
frequently... I swear, I feel like the praying mantis is controlling this fight.
Yeah, totally. It does.
Why isn't the spider biting him? I think the praying mantis has got this.
spider must be tired. He's got fatigue.
Yeah, I just feel like if the spider could do what he wanted to do, he'd be moving more.
I've been at the gym today. I tell you, the simplest shit gets hard as fuck after you've been done pushing a sled.
Oh, I don't know why this praying mantis is on his back like that. He's sucking wind. Uh-oh, was Kyle right all along?
He's still biting on his legs. This is back at the beginning of the video.
Yeah. Is this going to end without a conclusive winner?
Did
Did the praying mantis lose?
I think
Yeah.
so.
The
Yeah.
spider got him.
Well, that was horrible.
That I needed Joe Rogan here to really explain to me what was happening in this fight.
So we done with Japanese bug fights?
I think we can be.
Please.
Okay. Good.
Mother of God.
Japanese bug fights is a bit difficult to watch.
So do we need another topic, or are we going to wrap the show?
I think
I think we should end with the Japanese bug fights.
All right, yeah, let's end it there. PK 169.
Have a nice night.
Oh, bye.